Add to stream. There we go. Mm. Good morning, everybody. Yes, I'm tardy to class. I was in there sleep. I was up for Kathy's trading this, no, for Kathy's journaling this morning. And then I went back to sleep. It's a thing you can do when you're retired. But welcome, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to my channel From Black to Legacy. On this channel, we're all things money, investing, and mindset, particularly how to go from a scarcity mindset to a mindset of abundance. All right, we're trading today. We're paper trading. When I tell you all, I am sleepy. Oh my God, I'm sleepy. We were out late last night. I was out with Nirel and another friend, Elizabeth, here in Guadalajara. Y'all, all I can tell you is that I was up late, I was up early, and I went back to sleep. It is what it is. But if anybody's here, great, welcome. So glad you all are here. Hey, Nicole. Hey, living my dream. I know. And who is this? Doris Stu. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, Today, I think the only thing we're going to do today is paper trade. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up. I got to make me some coffee and stuff. So whoever's here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, I was in there sleeping. Y'all, I don't even know what woke me up, to be perfectly honest with you, but I'm here. I'm here living it up. Let me go ahead and put the paper trading screen up so that we can go ahead and get started. This is our paper trading account. We have some, let's see what we have here. We probably need to sell this because we lost $360 today. So I'm going to sell those, but we can talk about that later. If there's anything that anybody wants to practice trading today, please drop it in the chat and I will do my best to, let's see what we can trade today. Hi. Oh, hey, Miss Dow. How are you? It's so good to see you. Oh my gosh. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm going to go ahead right now and pull up my paper trading screen and just give me a second to share that screen with you guys. And then we'll decide what stock or what equity you want to look at this morning. And then we'll go ahead and purchase, or we can just talk about whatever you guys need to talk about today. So if there's something in particular that you want to have me discuss, like, I don't know, some people might need to see how do you enter an order. Someone might want to look at the options chain. Anything that you guys are into or anything that you guys want to see, just let me know. Hey, Linda. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys, I can't even front. You all know I tell you everything. I have no secrets here. I was in there sleeping like a baby. I don't know if you guys have ever, if you know Kathy Hampton, but Kathy is my dear travel sister. And in the morning on Tuesdays and Thursdays, she also does it on Sundays, but on during the week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, she live streams while we journal. And so we were journaling this morning and it's early. I was like, okay, I can't miss Kathy's session. So I'm up and we're doing our journaling thing. And listen, y'all, I'm such a lazy bum. I'm journaling in bed. It was so beautiful. The sun was coming up. You know, it's just a good life. God has been good to me and I've been so blessed. But while I was journaling in bed, I went back to sleep. I knew that was going to happen, but I didn't think I was going to sleep like past the opening bell. But we missed the opening bell, which is not a big deal because we're paper trading this morning and we can do anything we like here. So let me show you. Well, it looks like we've gained a little bit of money back. So if you guys can see, I'm going to remove this quote so that you can see the entire page. Let me make sure we don't have anything exposed that we shouldn't. I'll do the TV because everybody knows if you're trading, all good traders should have the TV on, or you should have some form of news that you can follow. So I'm going to turn this down just a little. And let's look and see. Okay, so we had purchased before, I think this was at Marilyn's urging. She brought Love, LUV, which is Southwest Airlines, to our attention. She said, well, why don't we purchase Southwest? And we did. We purchased 6 contracts. The contracts had made quite a bit of money, but today we've lost because we purchased puts, and puts are what you purchase when you expect the market price to go down. Well, of course, today market price is like soaring through the sky. So today, Love is up 39 cents. And okay, well, we might want to hold on because the price looks like it's coming down. Let's look at this chart really quickly and decide for ourselves today what we want to do with our paper trade. Do we want to close this out, or do we want to let it ride, make a little more money? So let's take a peek at what's happening with this stock right now. And you can see this morning the price went up, kind of leveled out, down, and it's just bouncing all over the place. But it's at $31.50 a share. It's up 46 cents, 47 cents from yesterday. And I'll go back, and we're up $1,300, a little bit more than $1,300 in profit. So you all just saw that. It's down, it's like $1,281. This thing is fluid. So decide right here. We can talk in the chat if you guys want to hold on to this, or should we sell it? Good morning, Elle. How are you? How are you? I'm so glad you guys are here. I was confessing, I don't know, I think, Elle, you might have been in Kathy's morning session. I was there, you guys. It's so early because Kathy's session starts, I want to say it's 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I don't know, but it felt ungodly here in Mexico. Hi, BB. Hey, BB. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you guys are here. And I'm so glad you guys, I hope you are just getting here because I have to confess, I just got here. I just got here a few minutes ago. So I haven't even had a chance to make coffee, you guys. So here's what we're doing today. You already know the drill. You all are looking at the money. Those are the 6 contracts that we purchased for Southwest Airlines. And we have to decide what we're going to do with them. Well, see, look at price jumping all over the place. Now they're up $1,300.41. We have to decide if we want to let these ride, which we could. I need to look at that and see when they expire, because they should be getting ready to, wow. Okay, we've got 3 days left on this contract, you guys. And you can see that right here. We got 3 days left till they expire. So whatever you guys decide, I'll do whatever the community decides. We can keep these contracts for the balance for 3 more days to see if price continues to fall and we make more money, or we could capture our gains and be done with it. So you guys let me know, because I won't do anything until we vote, or until I hear from somebody. I won't act alone. But what I will do is, of course, we can go look at QQQ. If nobody has anything that they want us to purchase or anything that they want us to look at, we can look at QQQ, which is my favorite stock. Everybody knows it's basically the only equity that I trade. And I would suggest that if you're a new trader, that you don't hop around. Don't try to do too much. I would suggest that you learn on one stock or one equity. I choose an ETF. I chose QQQ because we're in a down market. Everybody knows that. And QQQ is heavy in tech stocks. Tech stocks were taking a beating. And so it made sense to me that, we'd probably see a lot of movement there. And we do. QQQ and SPY are 2 equities that have lots of volume. So you're going to get lots of movement in the day. And that's what you want to see as a day trader, a scalper, or even, if you're doing long-term swings, you want a stock that moves because that movement is how you're going to get paid. So if nobody is weighing in on our love or our Southwest stock, I'm going to leave it. But what I will do is go over here to this chart and let's take a peek at QQQ, because I can tell you all I'm taking a slight beating with this QQQ, because yesterday, of course, I bought a put because I buy puts. It's a down market, y'all. I have a put bias. And of course, QQQ is shimmying all the way up. But we know this. What goes up must come down. So she'll be down soon. Let me see what I can find over here. I'm looking at my watch list. I'm going to take some things off of my watch list because I don't know what this is. Oh, these are old contracts. So let me, I'll leave that because I really don't know what that is. Love Spy. Here's QQQ. And let's see what's happening with this. You guys can see that it was certainly, let's see, buyers came in this morning like with a vengeance, and she was overbought. It came down a little bit, took a break, and looks like she's just going to continue up. Let me move this over. Get this up. Hey, everybody. I'm so glad you guys are here. Let me explain to you, if you're new, what you're looking at. And what we're actually looking at, I'll put this down, is a chart. We're looking at the chart for QQQ. Each one of these candlesticks represents 3 minutes of trading action. I could change this and look at this by the 5 minute. I like to look at it on the 5 minute sometimes too, because I can see the pattern even better, like what's happening here. So the market's been open 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes. And in 35 minutes, QQQ opened approximately 294.32, and she's already on her way to $296. She's at 295.87. We've already discussed this. I refer to QQQ as a girl. I don't know why. It rolls off the tongue. Just that's all I got, y'all. It rolls off the tongue. So you can see the price is going up. But look down here. This is our RSI, which is our relative strength indicator. I like to keep the RSI up because it lets me know if this stock is overbought or oversold. And in this case, it's overbought. And you can tell because it's red and it's way above our 70 mark here. And we don't want to enter a trade, particularly I probably wouldn't enter this trade if I wanted to buy a call when it's so oversold like this, because it can't stay up there forever, but it can stay up there a long time. Don't get me wrong. It can stay up. The price can continue up, but eventually this price is going to come down. But I'm looking at all these other indicators too. And man, this looks like, you can see these were bright green bars. You can see they got taller. You can see now that the trend looks like it's changing, or it may be losing a little steam because these are dark green now, but they haven't really diminished in size. So here's our TTM squeeze at the bottom. You can also see these bars. Look, they look pretty healthy and strong. They've gotten taller and they don't look like they're diminishing. So what I would look for, so now you can kind of see. You see how the RSI is now turning down? We've got this red candle coming in. Price is at 295.89. 289.94, 91, just fluctuating here, just kind of sitting and not really shooting up the way it was, 296, but it's still going up. I'm just going to watch it. I'm just going to watch and see, what happens here. For me, I don't want to trade or even practice with QQQ when it's oversold like that. What I want to look for something else that might have a better looking entry. Let's look at Ford. I know A lot of people trade Ford. Let's see what Ford is doing. I want to look at something. Okay, I'm liking Ford. I like Ford. I'm okay with Ford. I'm looking at where Ford's RSI is. This is something we might be able to work with. So let's look at Ford, you guys. This is Ford Motor Company. It looks like Ford is up 12 cents. So it probably opened somewhere around $12.04. Looks like price is going down. We can see from this is our MACD. Looks like we're in a downward trend. Our RSI here is under 50. And these are going down. This is something I can work with. This is something I can work with. I would feel more comfortable trading this. It's not all off the chain like QQQ is right now. Love, I'm not going to fool with because we already have, some contracts open there. But we could talk, I think, pretty intelligently from here about Ford. So, what I'm going to do before I do anything is we can just talk about what we see. We don't even have to rush into a trade, but I feel a little more comfortable trading Ford today. It's not overbought, it's not oversold. We've got some healthy movement here. There's a lot we could do with Ford. So, if this is your first time here and you've never, ever, ever seen a chart before, you don't even know what this is. It's like, Sandra, why am I here? Let's start at the very, very, very beginning. What you are looking at, these symbols are called candlesticks. The red candlesticks tell us that sellers were in control. The green candlesticks tell us that buyers were in control. There were more buyers. The buyers overpowered the sellers. This is a very unique candle, and I like it. It's called a doji. And you see it's white, and the shape is very different from anything else. This doji candle, for me, excuse me, I am still waking up. It signifies indecision, or it was almost like a tie. Neither buyers nor sellers were completely in charge. And so you wind up with this doji candle. Each one of these candles is giving you some information. Yeah, man, we should have jumped on top of that. I would have got a put real quick, but that's okay because we're not in a hurry, and I don't want to show you guys bad habits. But definitely looking at this, we could have gotten in here somewhere. It's still probably not too late. The only thing is, I'm looking at the RSI; it's getting a little low. But let's see, Ford moves pretty slowly. I'm going to do something pretty unconventional just because I want you guys to see how fast this thing moves. I'm going to roll over here really quickly and get a contract on Ford. Let's go. We got a 10-day here. Let's buy a put real quick. Close everything, blah, 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 because she's heading down. So I just want to see if we can make a quick penny on Ford. Hold tight. We can go with 10. Ford contracts are pretty inexpensive. I'm going to go ahead and mark it in because we don't have a lot of time to fool around. And let's see if we can make a few dollars on Ford real quick, you guys, because it's certainly headed down. And let's see. I don't advise that you do it this way, but we see it's going down. I'm going to go back over to this chart and look at the RSI. Let's see. Let's look at it on 3 minutes and see what's happening with Ford. Okay, yes. I hope we got in on that candle. Did you guys see that big candle that just dropped? Ooh, and it's continuing to drop. Well, I'll tell you what I saw. I came in just out of the blue, y'all, and I don't recommend that you do it, but Ford was coming down pretty well, and we hadn't hit the our RSI yet. So let's go over here and see that we make some money with Ford. Ford. So far we made $10, $20. Okay. You all, it can be that simple. I don't recommend that you do it like that, but I saw it and I jumped on it. Plus, I kind of know Ford, how Ford moves. Ford moves pretty slowly. Um, Ideally, I wish we could have gotten into this move maybe on this candle, then we would have realized all of these gains. But hey, we jumped in a few seconds, we made a few dollars. As simple as that. Yep, 15 bucks. We could cash that out, you all. It took us no time. The only thing is that Ford is about, it has hit the RSI at the bottom. It's going to probably bounce up. I don't know if it's going to continue up, bouncing up. But yeah, so we jumped in there. We made 10 bucks on Ford. We had 20 bucks. We could have cashed it out real quick. Love's doing what we needed to do. The price is coming down. Um, we're up $1,400 on Love. So I'm just fooling around. I'm just playing around here. Okay, so Ford is continuing to go down. 1206 is the price now. Okay, 1208. You see how the price is fluctuating. Did you see how it just bounced up? I'll show you that. Let me pull it up. And then I'm going to gather myself, you guys. I'm just glad everybody is here. This would have been a great move. To be honest with you, I probably wouldn't have gotten into this candle. I think we got in here somewhere, but we could have realized all of those gains. I think it'll pull up a little bit, and then who knows, it may continue down. But based on looking at this TTM, she's full blown. Based on our MACD, hey, looks like we might have a little more downside. I'm going to look at Ford. Let me look at the 15-minute chart, see what's happening. Yeah, on the 15-minute, it looks like we are just starting this downtrend, and the RSI has plenty of room to move. So based on this 15-minute chart, we could hold this, and who knows, there's potentially a little more downside to this. Let's look at the 30-minute chart, and I just want to see where we are. Ford had a low of $11.32 yesterday. So let's see. Here we are on the 30-minute chart. RSI is pointing down. Listen, who knows? We might make a few pennies on Ford today. We'll hold it and see what happens with Ford today, you guys. But no, I don't know. I do not advise you to jump in like that. But it was there. Oops, it went down. I need $25 to pay for my gas bill. You all are hilarious. You could have made gas money just like that. We just make gas money for the car. So if it goes down, I think we got in at about $12.10 or something like that. So we'll watch it. We'll hold forward for the day. I'm going to look at the daily chart too, just to see. I'll look at the daily and the weekly to see where she is. And now, according to our daily chart, this RSI is turned up a little. But our MACD shows, these little red bars here. We had a crossover. Looks like we could be in a slight downtrend. I don't know. That turned up RSI could be a little concerning. Well, you see price going up 12.14, 12.15. But we've got some time and some days on that. We'll see. We could buy a call too and see what happens. Let's look at it on the weekly chart just to see what's happening. Yeah, looks like Ford's been just kind of trading in a range, which doesn't surprise me. The RSI is under 50. That's promising. And this looks like a slight downtrend. I don't know. Just looks like a bunch of consolidation over the last few weeks in this price range. So we'll see. We'll let Ford do some cooking. If there's, hi, Francis, welcome, welcome, welcome. We just purchased a Ford contract, you guys, and I don't advise that you do it the way I did because I saw it and I jumped in. Had it been me, and this is the truth, I personally, a win is a win. If I typically don't like to take profits unless, it's 20% or more, or if I've made $100 minimally that day. But you can take your profits anytime you like. If $25 works for you, if $30 works for you, and you feel comfortable, take it. I will say this, don't let money get away from you. If you got profits, my new motto is see profits, take profits. You see it, take it. We could sell some of those forward contracts and scoop some of the profit off the table. Or if there's anything, if there's a stock in particular that you would like for us to look at today, please drop it in the chat. Good morning, Deborah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There are 12 people here with us. So if you don't mind, hit that like button for me, you guys. So, and subscribe and share. Do all the things, hit all the buttons. You all know how this goes. It's the same thing. The only thing that I would ask of you guys today, if there's something that you want to look at, if there's a particular stock, if maybe you've got some Apple and you just want to look at it, we can look at it together. If you have, if somebody told you or you heard a good stock tip, I don't usually follow stock tips like that. No, I usually do my own research. I do my own analysis. I do my own technical analysis. And then I move from there. But if there's something, yes, this is, we're paper trading today, BB. You know, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I put my stuff aside. So I do have some QQQ puts that I purchased. And as soon as I purchased those puts, I don't hide anything from y'all. They took off to the sky. So now, I guess to my credit, I generally buy time when I purchase a contract. So those contracts that I purchased yesterday, I think they have like 7 days left. So in 7 days, I do expect that QQQ's price will come down. It's just a cycle. It goes up, it goes down, y'all. All equities, all stocks do that. Price goes up, price comes down. Your job is to figure out, is it going up? How quickly it's going up? How to get in, how to get out to maximize that move, or the opposite. Is price going down? How quickly is it going down? Is it going down slowly or is it going down with momentum? That's your job as a, I'm a technical trader and a trend trader. And all that means is that I rely solely on the chart. What does this chart say to me? And I trade a trend. So I'm generally looking for a trend. And that could be an uptrend or a downtrend. I don't care which one. So we're looking at four today. So I'm going to switch back over here. Let's go to our 5 minute chart and just peek in and see what Ford is doing, because we can do anything. Oh, Francis sent me something. What is this? Ah, okay, okay, okay. Let's see, what are they looking at? Oh, Tesla. Okay, we can look at Tesla today. That's cool. Tesla has lots of movement. Tesla's one of those neck snappers, though. I'm telling you, Tesla can be going in one direction, and then the next thing you know, she's headed in another direction. So let's look at Tesla. I used to trade Tesla, love it. I made a lot of money on Tesla too. And you can see this morning she shot up. Um, Tesla's in a great position too because the RSI is so over bought. It looks like the beginning of a downtrend. You guys, we can work with Tesla. Let's go ahead. Why don't we go ahead and purchase a put? At least this way you guys can see, what is it like to have a contract? How do you purchase one? So someone suggested that we look at Tesla. We will look at Tesla. Right now, the price is $180.23 for a share. But we're purchasing contracts, options contracts, and each options contract gives you control over 100 shares. I like where this RSI is. I like what I see on my MACD. Volume is down a little, but let's just jump in. So if you've never purchased a contract before, if you're anxious, don't be. I want to demystify this thing for you. So, because this is our practice account, it's practice money. We can do calls. A call is what you purchase when you think the price is going to go up. A put is what you purchase when you think the price is going to go down. And just based on what our RSI looks like, looking at my MACD, and looking at this TTM. It looks like this upward trend that we saw this morning is heading down. So I am going to go over to our options chain and we can. Okay. Francis, thank you. I got your thing. I got your message. I want to ask your permission if I can post or if I can talk about what you just sent to me. If you say yes, then I will share what you just sent to me. But I'll wait for you to give me permission. Francis just shared something with me, and I don't mind telling you, she sent me some information about Tesla. So we can look at Tesla. We can purchase calls and puts just so that you can see what happens when price moves up, when price moves down. Okay, because it's in a group, I would say no, just in case. Yes. And I would never, of course, I would ask your permission. So I think what's safe to say is that we can look at Tesla and we can look at our indicators. I'll go over what we're looking at. Oh, there's my screen. There you go. Okay. So here is Tesla. This morning, you can see there was a very big candle. It's a very big green candle, which means price went up. And it looks like it started at about 177 and price jumped up to $181, you guys, in 5 minutes. Anybody who was fortunate enough to be in on that got paid. You can still get paid. So let's look at it. I'll tell you what we're looking at, and then I'll tell you what we're going to do, why I would do it, why I wouldn't do it. But since it's practice, we need to practice at least. I want to show you how to purchase a contract. Okay, so Tesla's still doing her thing. She's still shimmying up. Let's really quickly just go over to our options chain. And I'm going to close it up so you can see. Here's the options chain. We're going to pick a contract. I'll pick this one. It's got 10 days left. Price is going up. Let's purchase a call. So I'll come over here to the call side of the chart. I'm looking at my bid-ask spread to make sure it's pretty tight. That's 15 cents difference. I'm going to swirl over here real quick and purchase. I'll do it something that we would really do in real life. In real life, I wouldn't buy 10 contracts, but in real life, I might buy 3. So I'm going to confirm and send. We just bought 3 calls. 3 calls we purchased because we're thinking, or our thesis is that the price is going to continue to go up. We will see what happens. I'm going to show you what we just did. Let me go over here. We just purchased those 3 Tesla contracts. And price is going up just like that, you guys. We made $90 on that Tesla purchase. You all saw it. I just purchased those 3 Tesla contracts. Here they are. We purchased them, our trade price at $10.95, and we've already gone up 3.65%. You all, you could do this. I wouldn't advise you. I don't give financial advice. Everybody knows that. But Tesla is a very liquid stock. We purchased 3 calls. We held those calls for like 30 seconds, not even a minute. And we've made $97. Let's go look at the chart so I can tell you exactly what's happening here, what you're looking at. Each one of these green candles represents an increase in price. Those red candles are drop in price. And the pattern that we're looking at, I love this. I swear I do. We're looking at our RSI. It was a little bit, it kind of touched here. It's up, hit it, came down a little bit, and you can see the price corresponds there. But this is still a good trend, you guys. We're going to see 181.18. I think price is going to, continue to go up. 181.18. Let's see where we are. Tesla, we're at $52. You all see how fast that is? $45. Price is going down. But we've got these and we can hold on to those. 181.37. That's one thing about Tesla is that the price really, it jumps really quickly. It's not one that I trade regularly, but I've traded it in the past and I've made a ton of money with Tesla. So the real play would have been to get these Tesla contracts first thing in the morning. Then you get all of that growth. We're here now. We'll take that money. Are you kidding me? I'll peek at it again. Tesla's back up just like that, $112. We could cash those out. We could let it ride. We've got 10 days on this contract. If you think over the course of 10 days, price is going to continue to go up, it's a good chance it will, but we don't want to guess. There's a way to know that, and that's price levels. If you guys want, we've already purchased the contracts. If you want to, we can cash this money out. It goes into our paper account. It goes in as a positive win. We could cash out at any time while they're positive. What else do we have up here? Our love and our Ford stocks are going down. And hey, you all tell me what you want to do. But Tesla's on the move. Tesla's up 105. She's our winner for the day. Overall, our love stock is up over 113%. I really do think we should cash that out. Can somebody please weigh in? Can we cash out Southwest and capture those for our portfolio? I'm so leaning toward cashing those out because we don't want to, sacrifice any more profits today. It's up over 113%. So I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision because we need that. That's $1,251 to the good. So I'm deciding right now that we're going to sell these because, as you can see, we're up 1,200 and we're losing money today. So I'm going to cash these out. And to do that, I'm going to create a closing order. And I go here. It says closing order. I'm going to tap it here. And then you see this tray comes up. We have 6 of them. I'm going to sell them all because I want our money. And in order to sell them, it says sell. We had 6. We purchased those. They were going to expire in 3 days on the 17th. But I'm going to go ahead. Let me see what price is doing before I sell it because I don't want to sell if price is in an uptrend. Price is still. No, we have puts. Yeah, I do want to sell them because we want price to go down. So let me get over here. I'm selling them because we're losing money, y'all. We've lost $345 today. No, we are not losing money. We're in this thing to win and make money. So I'm going to sell these. They're at $1,200, and that money will go into our account. So we're just waiting for them to fill that order. See? Bam. I'll go over here. And then once we get those sold, did I do that? Great. Okay, great. They're gone. It took a minute to fill that order, but we just put that in the bank. So that money, love is off the table. That was Maryland stock. Maryland gave us that last week. And I think that's pretty good return. We made over 100% return on that investment. So what we're working with today is Ford. We purchased those Ford contracts. I purchased those just on a whim. Don't do that. And then we purchased Tesla. Francis suggested that we purchase Tesla today. So we went in, and so far we're up $127. We're up 3% on those Tesla contracts. So you could take profits in a myriad of ways. Some people take profits by percentage. They set a percentage before they even go in. That would be a part of your trading plan. Let's say you want to take profits at 10%. Great. Some people take profit according to how much money they make. So if your goal is to make $200 a day, once you get to $200, regardless of the percentage, you may want to capture those profits. Personally, me, and this is for real, I'm talking about real money. When I get $100, because you all, $100 is $100. I'm not the kind of trader that's trying to make $5,000 every day. I just think it's unrealistic. I think it sets you up for disappointment and potentially failure. So when I get $100, because my real goal is $200 a day. Because if you think about it, $200 a day, 5 days a week, that's $1,000 a week, $4,000 a month. I could live with that. And just because this thing goes up doesn't mean it won't come down. You all can see Tesla's just doing this really jumpy thing. So I will ask the group if you want to sell Tesla at a percentage. Marilyn says cash out. Marilyn and I from the same school. I would cash out love. Yes. Yes, we had $1,200 plus in love. I just need you guys to kind of weigh in on Tesla. Do we want to cash Tesla out at a particular percentage, or do we want to cash Tesla out when we reach a dollar amount? And my dollar amount, I think we need to decide that really as a group, since we're going to be um, paper trading regularly on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We probably need to set that parameter. Do we want to say always capture profits at 10%, or always capture profits when we get at least $100 and then leave what we call a runner? So we purchased 3 contracts. We could potentially, when the price goes up, sell 1 or 2 and then leave what we call a runner. I'll go back over all of this, but I did want us to get in the game because Tesla was on the move. So right now you can see profits are kind of jumping up and down. It's We are up $22. So we haven't lost any money. So, I'll switch back over to the chart just so I can get a peek and see. Yeah. Oh, that's love. Yeah, love was hitting. What we could have done, you guys, we could have bought some calls for Southwest. You see these very healthy candles. This is one of my favorite patterns. This stair step up pattern like this. And that's been happening over 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. We can break it down and look at it over 3 minutes and see. But yeah, this price is clearly heading up. I don't know. I'm waiting on the group. Tesla, we got Tesla. We're already in the game. You guys we'll keep an eye on Tesla to see how profits work. And then while we're waiting, I can go back over anything that you guys want to go over. If you want to go over candlesticks, how do we read those? I can do that. If you want to go over what these indicators mean, we can do that. If you want to go over how to place an order, we can do that. I can also show you how to place an order with a stop and a limit. We should do that. I don't think we've done that in a while. We're just placing the order just to show you. And I'll do another order too, just in case anybody came in late. We'll check profits again, and then I'll show you. I'll take my time and walk you through how I pick an options contract. If after doing that you still have questions, please go over to my YouTube channel under videos. There's a video there that tells you how to pick the perfect options contract. Not that there's a perfect one, but it certainly will give you some insight on how to pick a contract. So I think this is what I'll do for today. Our agenda will be this. We will go over how to place an order. I'll wait for you guys. We already did Tesla, so we'll do a Tesla put as well. So we'll do a call, we'll do puts. We'll just work with Tesla today. And then I'll slow it down and just walk you through how do you place an order on Think or Swim? And what are some of the things that I consider when I'm purchasing a contract? What am I looking at? It's about our goals, strategies. I can do either percent or dollar amount. Yes. Tesla, it's more of an experiment to dive in. Yes, I would sell Tesla because it made a profit, because I understand. Yes, it was a test case. We could go right over, take a peek, and if Tesla has a profit, we can snatch that. I think what I want you guys to see is that if you have a thesis, if your thesis is correct and your equity is making money, don't be greedy. I learned that. Don't be greedy. Set your profit target and follow that. Don't be wishy-washy. Follow the rules. One thing about trading is that I think people who are most profitable are the folks who are disciplined and who follow the rules. Whatever your rules are, follow them consistently. So let's look at Tesla. And what we'll do on the next order that I place, I will show you how to include a stop and a limit. So we're at love. Let me go ahead and pull up Tesla. And let's get, I like Tesla. Tesla's got lots of movement. Okay. Oh, she's starting to do this little bunny hop thing. So this is perfect. Okay. Just looking at this, you see how these red candlesticks are forming this pattern. They're starting to come down. That's 3, 6, 9 minutes of price dropping. If we look here, this indicator here is our MACD. I'll make it bigger. I don't want to talk too much because I don't want to miss this move either. You can see that this trend is starting. It's red. These red bars are just starting to come in. They're pretty faint. You can see these blue bars are starting to diminish. And I'm looking at our RSI, and our RSI is coming down. It's at 50.45. I just want to watch, and I'm looking at the price. So let's go ahead, you guys. We already purchased calls. Let's purchase puts. Puts are when we think the price is going to come down. So I'm going to go to the trade tab. If you're following along, you can do this with me. I'm going to move quickly because the price is falling and we do want to capture that profit. So I will also go here to the options chain where we have 10 days left on the contract. Puts are over on this side. And so let's go down and I'll purchase a put. I'm looking at the delta and theta. I still do that. I like this here. This is a pretty decent delta is 70. The theta is 30. I'm okay with this spread here. Buy. We're going to buy custom with OCO bracket because we're going to set our limit. And you see it came up automatically. So I'm going to go over here and I want to change this to percent. And once this is my limit, so this is about profit. Once we get to say 10% profit, we want to start taking profits. And this is my stop. We don't want to lose too much money. I'm going to change that to percent. I like to set a tight stop. Once we're about 4%, hey, I want this thing to stop out. We got them. We got our 10 contracts. Tesla, we know this is our expiration date. They're puts. I'm going to hit it quickly only because I want to see if we can make some money really quickly. We're waiting for this order to fill. We placed it here and you can see if I tap this, oh, so there we have it. That order's been filled. So you guys, we have calls in case the price goes up. We can watch that. We have puts in case the price goes down and we can watch that. I'm not sure if this order's been filled yet. It has been. Okay, what's that? Oh, that's our OCO order. So just because I wanted to get in, I placed those. I will go back and move a lot slower so you guys can see. But let's go ahead and look at what we did with Tesla. We purchased here. Can I move this over? We purchased 3 calls. We purchased 10 puts. Puts are when we think the price is going to go down, so we can watch this over time and see what happens. We're in the game, guys, so I'll go back and then just take my time and show you. We'll talk about the options chain and all that stuff. You can also watch this in the replay and slow it down. So I'll slow it down right now. But before I do, you guys, it's getting warm in here. So let me open up this window or turn on the air. Give me 1 second. All righty. Okay. So You guys can see what the price is doing with Tesla. 180.22. Let's see if it goes down. 180.23. 180.26. So price is going up. As it's going up, I would expect that our calls would become profitable. As price goes down, then we would expect that our puts would become profitable. So we can check back and forth on those. But what I will do right now, since we're here, I'm going to go back to the chart, and you can see that we placed our stop. It'll stop us out if we reach our price target in terms of profit. It'll stop us out if we start to lose too much money. So I think it is really smart, if you're going to be trading options, to make sure that you put in, even if you don't put in a limit where you limit, to stop the trade on profit, you definitely want to put in a stop limit to limit a loss. And I like to place a tight stop, because if the trade doesn't go my way, if it doesn't go according to my thesis, I don't want to play around. I don't want to lose $500 before I decide, okay, this trade isn't going my way. You want to set your stop. I do anyway. You want to give the trade what we call room to breathe. You don't want it so tight that if it, dips down $5, it stops you out. If you lose $5, you aren't going to make money that way. But if you set it at a percentage, like after 3 to 4% loss, I'm out. That was not a good entry. So let's just look at it. So Tesla's at 179.81, and we're just going to watch for a minute just to see. It's at 179.83, and you can see how this candle is reflecting what is happening with price. Price is now at 180. It's going up and down, and you'll watch how this candle changes. You can watch all of this. This is what I would do. If I was a new trader, I wouldn't do anything but paper trade and watch. Just paper trade each day. Buy a call, buy a put, buy one, so that you can see how each of those things are affected by price. So price is going up. 180.09, but Tesla moves really fast. That's why I don't fool with Tesla, y'all. You see how fast it moves? Ford moves so much slower. I think for teaching, Ford's probably a better model because you don't have that constant fluctuation. But if you want to make money and profits, you want a stock that's fairly liquid, and Tesla is definitely that. So let me peek over here and see what you guys are saying. I traded like such a punk today. It's okay. Listen, I live in my dream. I have a confession. I didn't trade like a punk yesterday, but I sure traded like a bonehead, because I was getting ready to go to breakfast. And you guys, I'm so glad we are here and we're just talking, and this is paper money. We can breathe. We can breathe. I Liquid means that it's a lot of activity. Liquid means there's volume. There are lots of traders in that stock. Tesla is more liquid than Ford. Um, there are more participants. More people are purchasing contracts on the daily. There's more volume. You can see by the way price fluctuates. Ford price moves fairly slowly. I guess it's kind of like Ford's not the sexy kid on the block. Tesla is, and everybody wants a part of Tesla. So we could look at the volume, or we could look at how many people are trading Tesla as opposed to Ford. And it's easy to see. If you look at volume right here, it says, let me move this out the way. The average volume, it says 821,900, and that number is going up. If we looked at Ford, and I'll show you where I'm looking right here at volume. This says 1,229,944. Let's just look at Ford, and you'll see what I'm saying. Ford is not as liquid. It doesn't have as many people purchasing contracts. So let's look at Ford's volume. It's 100,000. What was that? 138,416. It's liquid. I mean, people are in there. They're buying contracts. It's a good stock to trade, but you see it doesn't move as fast. Look at the price. Price is at 12.23. It can sit there and fluctuate a penny or two. It moves so much slower because you don't have as many people buying and selling in the volume that you have people buying and selling Tesla. Look at how slowly the price moves. For me, Ford's a better equity to teach from because you can see it. Now let's go back over to Tesla. Ford, we've sat here with Ford, let's say 2 minutes. Price has gone up 1 penny. I could do a lot of teaching. I could turn around, I could go to the options chain, we could talk about the indicators. Price isn't moving that fast. But when we go to Tesla, just watch how price fluctuates and it moves so quickly. 180.35. If you sit a second, it's gone down 4 cents. If you sit here 5 minutes, this thing could move, put $10. We could look at Tesla's ATR, which is average trading range. And I'm sure the ATR, I haven't traded Tesla in a while. Living my dream. Do you happen to know what Tesla's ATR is? I bet you. I haven't traded Tesla in a while, but Tesla can move anywhere from $10, you guys, in a day. Easy, easy, easy. Ford is never going to do that. We'd be lucky if Ford moved 75 cents in a day. It just moves slower. So the volume simply means how many people are in the market. Volume determines is one of the things that helps determine liquidity. And you want a stock that's liquid. But if I'm teaching, it's just easier if I teach from a stock that moves a little slower. Um, so I hope that answered your question about what liquid means. Liquid means how many players are in the game. How fast are they buying and selling? How fast is that price responding? That's liquid. And you want a very liquid stock. You want to trade QQQ, SPY, Tesla, Apple. Those are big names. They're reputable. I don't ever do penny stocks. I don't do risky investments like that. Trading options contains its own degree of risk because you really need to be knowledgeable, you need to be disciplined, and yeah, you can't be all over the place if you're going to trade options. That's I'll leave it at that. And so for teaching, I really do prefer to work with Ford. It's liquid enough that you can see movement, but it's not jumping all over the place. Like Tesla's going to be doing some jumping. So let's look back at this price. Now Tesla's up to, 180.50. That would never happen with Ford. So since price is going up, let's go ahead and peek in and just look at what our contracts are doing. We've got three calls. So if price continues to go up, we should expect to see a profit. We purchased 10 puts. If price goes down, then we'll see a profit. That's what it is. So I personally would like to go back to Ford, to be honest with you guys. I just think Ford is a better, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So put Q symbol or, oh yeah, put a Q in front of it or question marks. And then that way I'll know if you have a question. Yes, that will help me a lot. Living my dream, I want to know. Oh, he said not trusting his trade and getting out and watching the trade work. Yeah, not trading in the zone. Yeah, that is so many times. I don't know if you've ever gotten burned trading. You have a healthy fear. I prefer to call it respect. We have a healthy respect for these equities because you can have a thesis and it do you see how Tesla's moving fast, and it's probably a little too fast, particularly for teaching. So if you guys don't mind, I prefer to teach from Ford. Ford moves slowly. We can talk about so much. So I'm going to switch over to the Ford chart. It's just easier. I would be, first of all, to be honest, my ADHD, the way it's set up, I would be looking at Tesla and I would be distracted. So let's go to Ford. We've got those Tesla contracts in. We can still come back at the end of the day or at the end of the hour and talk about where we got in, how much money it made. We can still do that. But for teaching in the moment, I am going to switch to Ford, and you'll see why once I pull this up, because it's just easier. It's not nearly as distracting. Okay, and you can see how price has, let's see, it opened at 12.21. Price got down as low as 12.06. What are we talking? 15 cents, and price is at 12.22. So we're basically where we started the morning out. We Somebody could have made some money here on this little dippity dip here. And I'm assuming if you got in here and bought a put, you could have made some money on this little come up. So I'm going to slow down. And if you have a question, please put it in the chat. I need to fire up my other laptop because it's helpful if I can see the chat on another screen. So you guys give me a second. I'll get that going. Let's see. So does everybody understand what I mean when I say liquid? Does everybody understand what I mean when I say volume? When I say liquid, does everybody understand what I mean when? Okay. Tesla took puts on Tesla at 10.25, got out at 10.32 and 10.37. Yeah, I get it. Fellow newbies unite. Yes, Ford for teaching, because I'm switching screens trying to set stuff. Yeah, and watch. Everybody, if you're following along, please go to Ford. I just like it to teach from because it's slower. It doesn't distract me. I'm going to switch this computer setup, you guys, real quick. This over here and this one here. And Ford, I feel calmer. I don't know. I can settle myself when a stock isn't jumping all over the place. Okay. And I can see you guys here. So, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And let's just get started with Ford. Let's start talking what we see. And for most traders, I think a wise trader doesn't try to predict. You can't predict the market. A wise trader understands how we impact the market. We are small retail traders. The market is controlled by institutions. Everybody knows that. That's the big guys, the big banks, the big hedge funds, those big candles that you see, any candle really that you see, sizable, that's not us. Our little three puts, our 10 contracts, we are not moving the market. That is not us. So knowing that, you want to be able to follow what the big guys are doing. The big guys, they set the rules, they set the pace, they set the tone. So I'm not going to try to second guess. No, 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 no. I'm trying to follow and understand the footprint of what big institutions are doing. What are they doing today? And these candlesticks are the way that we understand what's happening in the market. So let's slow it all the way down and talk about candlesticks. What is a candlestick? If you've been here with me before, this will be a review. Marilyn probably knows everything there is to know about a candlestick because we talk about it all the time. It's the basis. If you can't read candlesticks, I don't know how you trade. I know people, and I believe this, you really don't have to have all of these indicators. I like them because as a new trader, it's additional information. But people can trade without all of these, but you can't trade without these candlesticks. You have to know what they mean. And so let's just start very simply with what is a candlestick? A candlestick measures in time, and we set the time frame, what price has done over the course of either 3 minutes, 5 minutes. You can customize this to look at those candlesticks any way you like. We could look at price in an hour, 5 minutes, over the week, over the month, and I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to look at candlesticks. This first one is green. Candlesticks come in primarily two colors, green and red. Every now and then you'll see a white one like this one, and this is called a doji. I think this is a dragonfly doji, but we have a candlestick Bible in our Google Drive. If you don't have access to the Google Drive, please send me an email at fromlacktalegacy@gmail.com, and I will send you an invitation to have access to our Google Drive. And in the Google Drive, there are plenty of resources that will help you understand candlesticks. But briefly today, I'll just give you an overview of how we read candlesticks. So this doji is white. They present themselves often enough. And it means indecision. Or certainly when I see a doji, I pay attention because it's communicating something to you about price. Um, a green candle tells us that buyers were in charge. At any moment of the day, buyers and sellers are present. Buying and selling is going on all day. This is a real market. If I could quantify this, let's say if Ford was selling little bitty matchbox cars, all day long, people are buying and selling those matchbox cars all day. Even though this candle is green, it doesn't mean there weren't sellers. There were sellers there buying and selling, but in this 3-minute time frame, the buyers were the majority. They overtook the sellers. And you can see down below, this is our volume bar, and that's a pretty tall volume bar. So there was a lot of volume starting the day. And by volume, you can see it was 1 million. Oh, no, that's there. But we can see it here. A lot of volume, tall bar. This second bar here, not as tall, a little less volume, of fewer buyers and sellers. But you can also see that this next candle is red. This means for this 3 minutes of time, sellers were in charge. Were buyers present? Yes. Buying and selling is going on all day. But the sellers were in charge. And as a result, the price dropped. So buyers help push price up while selling pushes price down. This next candle green, and you can see, so all day long, buying and selling. Price is going up, price goes down. Here's just a little chopping around. Price goes up, price goes down. What we're trying to find is something like this. Since we're trend traders, I'm a trend trader. I'm a technical trader. I watch the chart. Whatever the chart says, that's what I do. Here would have been a nice little, it could have been a nice little morning scalp. So for 3, 6, 9, actually, I wouldn't have gotten in here, but what we see is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 minutes of price going down. Had we purchased Ford here at $12.28, we could have rolled that price all the way down to $12.13. That's a nice, hefty little profit for you for the morning. We could have caught this, cashed out, gone to the beach, gone to whatever it is you wanted to do for the rest of the day. Please don't forget. Yeah, come go to the send me an email so I can give you access to the Google Drive. You'll be able to see what the candlesticks mean. Give me a second, guys. Oh, I'm still sleepy. I said it. I said it out loud. I'm still sleepy. But I want to make sure that we get something out of today. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a trend like this. We don't want to trade in this because price really isn't doing anything. We don't want to trade here. This is what we call consolidation. This little bit of movement here, you don't really want to get in there. You want something like this. So I'm going to put this on 5 minutes because I want to scroll back through forward and show you what I mean when I say a trend. Let's look at this day. This would have been a great day to trade forward and get a put. Because look at this. This is a trend. You can see price started here at 12.49 and price dipped all the way down to $12.02. That was almost 47 cents. The price went down. I don't know why I can't stop yawning, y'all. So that's a trend. We want to get in here because that's where we can maximize our profit. Let's see if I can find something else that looks like a pretty nice trend. So here, this whole day, price started at 13.08 and it ended the day all the way down at 12.45. This is clearly a downward trend. This is what we're looking for. We're not trying to do anything, it doesn't require a rocket scientist brain or degree. We're just looking for a trend, whether it's going up or down. This was clearly an all day downtrend. And if you had puts, if you purchased puts in the morning and cashed them out at the end of the day, you were up for sure. So we're looking for that. Not every day is going to be as neat as this. This does not happen every day. This would have been a great day to trade forward, to buy puts. Typically, you might have a day, this is a typical day, where price kind of chops around a little. You get you some consolidation, you get an upward trend. This is more typical of a day. These little bunny hop things here, price going up, that's more typical of a day. I probably wouldn't be trading in here because, of course, there's no price movement. But if you got a call here, you watched price soar all the way till the close of day. So when I say a trend trader, you're looking for a trend. It just makes your work that much easier. And the longer the trend endures, the more the price goes up or goes down, the more profitable you're going to be. So let's just scroll through and look at one more day. So here's a day that I probably wouldn't have traded forward because look how choppy it is. It went up, it went down, it went up, it went down. And it never stayed in a trend for very long. So it doesn't give you a chance to really get in and make any money because as soon as you get in, the trend changes. You can't make that much money. So the price changed from 12.94 to 12.83. 10 cent, you could make some money, but not a lot, not like we would have made that day before. Then we've got this sideways price action that we call consolidation. You're not trading during this time. So this would have been one of those days, I don't know, maybe somebody could have caught this. But to be honest with you, with the way this price is just chopping around, this would have been a day I would not have traded forward. So another thing that I could tell you as a new trader is that you're not going to trade every day. I don't trade every day. I used to. When I first started, I didn't know any better. Now I trade whatever the chart shows me. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking at the chart. I'm just reading the chart. So that's why I say I'm a technical trader. I am looking at this chart. I'm using my technical analysis skills. And a part of my technical analysis kit is that I understand what these candlesticks are saying to me. I understand that a big red candle like this, that's momentum. Not only is price going down, but price is going down fast. That's a trader's dream. Price, a trend with momentum, trader's dream. Because you're going to get a lot of movement. Price is going down really fast. That works in our favor. And it's going in the same direction. So from here to here, that's a pretty penny. Traders want to see this. We start here and we just continue to drop down for that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. This is over an hour of price drop. That's a trend. You want this. We don't want this. We don't want this little bumpy, jumpy. That's chop. You don't want to be in that mess. The, some people can trade that. I don't know how to trade it, but their techniques, straddles, butterflies, iron condors, all kinds of things you can put together. That's not what I do. I'm a trend trader. So I'm looking to see, like, this is a day, not a lot happened here. It's some movement, but I probably would have passed on this day too. You could have made a little money. I don't know. It opened at 11.94. It closed at 12.03. That's not a lot. Now today we got a little movement here. This was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You could make some money. But so far, it's looking a little choppy too. Price went down, price went up. We call that chop. But if it's spread out, you might still be able to make some money on that trade. So we talked about what kind of trader I am. I am a trend trader. I am looking for a long, sustained upward trend or downward trend. I like a trend, man. If it can last 30 minutes, whoo-wee, that's good money. If it lasts, you can make money on a 15, 20-minute trend if there is enough movement, if it moves enough. So if those candles are big enough and the price drops enough or it increases enough, you can make money on a shorter trend. But those kind of candles, you can see candles don't always come in big like that, because that's institutions dropping millions of dollars at once. And generally we see, candles that are varied in size. So trend trading, follow the trend. I know you guys have heard this. The trend is your friend. It sounds a little hokey, but it's true. The trend really is your friend. And I think if you're a new trader, it's just easier to trade a trend. Find it, ride it, get in, get out. That's our job. Where do I enter? Where do I exit? And that's what I use these indicators for. I need them. I need to know, one, how healthy is the trend? My MACD helps me understand how healthy this trend is. And I'll tell you why. If you look at the MACD, and that's this indicator here, you can see it's got really four colors. This bright red, this dark red. It has this bright green, this dark green, and they correspond just as you would think. When it's bright red, price is dropping quickly, or it's dropping with some momentum, and we want that. When you see these bars getting bigger, that means the trend is getting stronger. That's why I like to have my MACD. I want to know where I am in this trend. I'm a trend trader. I need to know when this trend is about to change directions, because I might want to exit that trade. Well, if you come to this next bar, you can see that it's dark red. Well, look what happened. Buyers came in and they pushed this price up. If you got a put and you've got contracts and you want the price to go down, you want to know when this trend is changing. And so I like to have my MACD up, because my MACD tells me when the trend's going down. It tells me when this trend is losing momentum or losing steam. It also tells me, like, these little crossovers, like if I'm about to go into an upward trend. So I want to use that indicator to help me decide, is it time to get into this trade or out of this trade? Really, I like to look at it just so I know how healthy that trend is. This indicator here is called the RSI, which is your relative strength indicator. And it tells me if a equity or stock is either overbought or oversold. And we would know that because this value for our RSI fluctuates somewhere between 70 and 30. If it ever gets up to this yellow line, like it did here, and touches that value of 70, you know that the buyers have come in and this thing is overbought. It's not going to stay up there long. it's eventually going to come down. That's all this indicator does all day is up, down, up, down. That also helps me decide, like, when do I want to get in this trade or get out of this trade. So I use these indicators in addition to noticing and paying attention to my candlesticks. I use these indicators to decide, is it time to get in? Is it time to get out? So for me, if I'm looking to buy a put, it's a positive for me if this RSI is up really high, because I know what's going to happen. It's going to come down, and that's what it did. If I'm looking to buy a call, I'm going to look at where my RSI is. If my RSI is all the way up the top, I'm not going to be readily jumping into a call because it's already high. It's not going to be able to sustain it. I would much rather see my RSI down low if I'm looking to buy a call, because that means I've got all this room for price to go up and increase. So you want to use your MACD, your RSI. These all help you decide how you're going to move as a trader. Am I going to stay in this trade? Am I, what do these indicators say? And the lemon squeeze, it's not called a lemon squeeze, y'all, really. It's the TTM squeeze. I call it a lemon squeeze. But these colors do the same thing. The size of the bar, the color of the bar, those are all indicators of where you are in a particular trend. And for the TTM squeeze, when you see these light blue bars, price is going up. When you see them getting taller, 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 that means this trend is picking up in momentum. It's a strong trend. And when you see this blue, this dark blue color, it tells you, the trend is changing. It's waning. These are getting smaller. Price is starting to come down. And you'll see that the candlesticks correspond to that. Also, in your TTM, you'll see these red bars and yellow bars. These come up when price starts to come down. Actually, you'll see price start to come down with those dark blue ones, and they continue down in the red ones. When the trend starts to change and go up, you'll see the yellow ones come in. So I'll scoot over here so you can see both, and you can see how the TTM squeeze works. You see the bars getting bigger, bigger, bigger. You see price going up, up, up. You see when these start to get dark blue and they start to go down. Oh, Tesla priced us out. We got stopped out of our trade. I just saw that. And we probably either hit our profit target or we hit our loss. And we'll look at it later. But that's the beauty of having your OCO order. And that is an order that includes an automatic stop if you hit your profit, or an automatic stop if you are losing more than you care to lose. So it really is kind of set it and forget it. Can you point to the settings gear to add the MACD squeeze to the screen, and then you can resume? Just a quick sidebar. I can't find it. No problem. I'll go ahead and show you how to do it. I'm going to finish up this sentence, and then I will go over and show you how to add these things to your chart. Okay. So these indicators just help us understand what's happening with what you see. You can see the candles, but you might not be able to predict what's going to happen with the trend. And we shouldn't be predicting. We should just be reading. But your TTM squeeze will tell you price is going up, trend is changing, price is going down. Now price is starting to go up. I love it because these are just colors, folks. Anybody can do this. You don't have to do any calculating. Okay, so is this Doris? Doris Stu, what's your first name so I can refer to you by your name? I appreciate you all with your screen names, but if you give me your first name in the chat, then I can refer to you as your first name. Hey, Doreen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so Doreen asked, can you show us how to add your MACD and your RSI and the TTM. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take mine out. I'll take all these indicators out and then I'll add them back. So the indicators are here at your top bar. Do you see where we have F for Ford? That's where we put the ticker. F is called, that letter is a ticker. Every equity has their own unique ticker. Tesla's ticker is TSLA. What I trade is QQQ. That's the ticker. Amazon is AMZN. Ford is F. If we slide right across this blue bar, I'm assuming it's blue on yours if you're using Think or Swim. We want to come to this beaker. And we tap this beaker, it's going to bring up properties. It says edit studies and strategies. And I hope it opens up. See, you don't get to see that window. So let me switch over. I've got to come out and show you this window because I have it open and it isn't opening. I have to pull it up in a different screen. So give me a second because I want you guys to see this totally. But while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and take all of my indicators out and then I'll re-add them later. I'll even take out volume. I'm taking everything off my chart and then I'm going to show you what it looks like without it. So now you guys will be able to see my chart. Hopefully it'll come up and you can see my chart with no indicators. All I have on here now are the candlesticks and I've got volume here. So now I'm going to go back up to that beaker and click the beaker. Doreen, when you click that beaker, did a dialog box open? And the dialog box should say at the top, edit studies and strategies. Did you see that? Just type yes in the chat if you see that dialog box that says edit studies and strategies. That's where we go to add in all of those indicators. And I'll wait for you, Doreen. I just need to know if you were able to do it. I'll do it one more time. At the top of your screen, you'll see share and you'll see a beaker. If you want to add those on, you tap this beaker. Yes, on my screen. Okay, so you see where it says edit studies and strategies. Hold tight right there. I'm going to bring mine in and I have to open up another window to do that. So hold tight and I'm going to share this window with you guys. Give me 1 second. Stop sharing. Present. Share screen. Okay. Now you guys ought to be able to see my edit studies and strategies. Perfect. Okay, Doreen, the first thing that we're going to do is add the MACD. And so over here where it says studies, I'm going to put my cursor there. I just click there and it gives me that blinking cursor. I'm going to type in MAC, MAC, and you see that MACD comes up. Perfect. Go ahead and type in MAC. You can just type in MAC and you'll see all of these populate. I'm just going to tap the first one. It says MACD. I'm going to double tap it. And if you notice, it pops over here to where it says lower. And that's great because now we have our MACD. It's going to display on the lower part of our chart. Tell me if you have your MACD over there, Doreen. Double click it. I'm on a Mac, so I have to double click. I wonder if you could drag it over. I don't know. But I don't know if you are on a PC or if you're on. Okay, great. Now let's go back over there and we're going to erase Mac out of there and we're going to type TTM. And once I type in TTM, you'll see all of these. I'm going to come down to the third one where it says TTM squeeze. and I'm going to double tap. You might have to hit it, click it. I don't know what you have to do. Okay. Then you'll see that the TTM squeeze jumps right over here to the lower. It's also going to display underneath my chart. Doreen, do you have your TTM over there? If you do, just type in TTM and I know you got it. You got the lemon squeeze. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's go back over there and you already know what we're going to do. The next one we're going to do is our RSI. So type in RSI. It's this second one here. I'm going to double tap and now I have my RSI. It's also populated over here, and all of these will go down on the lower part of the screen. And that's it. If there's any other indicator that you want to add, you do it the same way. So now we have our MACD, our TTM, and the RSI. I don't do anything. I don't fool with them. The way they are is how I put them on my chart. So you want to hit apply, and you'll see they literally popped in, and then you want to hit OK. And you should have those on your chart now. So let me go back and I'm going to bring this back in. Let me get rid of that and share this window with you again. Perfect. Okay, so Doreen, you have all of those on and you can take them off the same way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we also need to add on, I like to use simple moving averages. And this chart doesn't have any of that on there. I would suggest that you use some form of simple moving average. This is totally up to the trader. The way I was trained in my class, we used 4 simple moving averages. And a simple moving average is nothing more than a line that will appear on your chart, and I'll show you. It tracks the price of that equity over time. You can have long range simple moving averages, which I certainly advise because you want to know what price has been doing over the long run. And you can have short term moving averages. And so in my class, I was taught to use a 9-day, 13-day, 50, and a 200. If any of you have been following Oliver Velez, you know he only uses 2 simple moving averages. He uses a 20-day and he uses a 200-day. And I like both. So I have resolved to use a 9-day, a 20-day, a 50-day, and a 200. And so I'm going to show you now how to add those simple moving averages on your chart. It's the same way. We go to this beaker and we're going to type in the word simple. So once we, Doreen, I don't know if you want to add the simple moving averages to your chart, but it's the same thing. You click that beaker, and once you click the beaker, a window pops up. It's that same dialog box that says edit studies and strategies. I'll pull you guys in again so you can see mine. Hold tight. I've got to come out. That window doesn't automatically pop up. So I got to put it in for you guys. Edit studies. There we go. So I would definitely suggest that you put in your simple moving averages. So I'm going to come up here and type SIMPLE. And what do you know? Simple moving averages comes up. I trade with those. I'm not sure that I know any trader that doesn't use something. There's also something called a VWAP, and that's like a super trend. And I've seen traders do that and only that. Good, Doreen. Let's go ahead and get these simple moving averages on. Hopefully you're where I am and you typed in the word simple. That second one down says simple moving average. Just as a side note, there is a thing called an exponential moving average. Lots of traders use those. I don't think that there's that big a difference. But just so you know, simple moving average is just what it says. It takes the price over the last 9 days, adds them up, excuse me, and divides by 9. They plot that on a line so that you can see every second of the day what the average price was over the last 9 days. They do that for if we place a 20. All they do is take the price over the last 20 days, the average price, they add those prices up, divide by 20, and they plot that on a line so that you know over the last 20 days this is what the price was. And they do that for each time frame. So all those lines will be is when they show up on our chart is just what the average price was. And you want to know, is this equity today trading above the average or below the average? So let's go ahead and get them in. I'm going to use 4. So Doreen, to make it simple for myself, I'm going to tap this thing 4 times. And 4 times you're going to see simple moving average pop over to the other side like this. 1, did you see it? It popped up right over here in price once I hit it. I'm going to tap that 4 times because I want to add a 9-day, a 20-day, a 50-day, and a 200-day. So here I go. There's the second one. I did it again. So I've got 1 simple moving average. Now I have 2 simple moving averages over there. Tap it again. I've got 3. Tap it again. Now I have 4 simple moving averages. Now I have to go over there and customize these because you'll see they all have like the number 9 there. Right now, they're all the same, and we don't want that. We do want a 9-day. So if you follow along, I'm going to show you how to customize these so that they show up on your chart. So for my 9-day, I'm going to hit this right here. I'm going to hit that gear, and another box opens up. If you hit that gear, did a box open up for you, Doreen, that says simple moving average customizing? If you have that simple moving average customizing box open, could you just type customize or just see there so that I know you see it? And of course, you guys know I have to come out. I have to share that with you because this will only let you share one screen at a time. So let me get here and edit study. Here's my customizing screen. Beautiful. All right. And hopefully you guys can now see my screen that says simple moving average customizing. Okay. Doreen, do you see where it says length? The number 9, we're going to leave that because we want this to be our 9-day simple moving average. I'm going to leave all of these other boxes as they are. And I like for my 9 to be this blue color. So here's the customizing that we're doing. We could change this to any, you can change it to any color that you like. I personally like to have this one blue. I always keep it blue. It for consistency's sake on all of my charts, my 9-day moving average is always blue. I don't care what chart I'm looking at, it's blue. I know it. But you pick whatever you like. Yes, you added a 9, a 20, a 50, and a 200. Oh my gosh. So you don't need me to go through this. You know how, did you change the colors on it too, Doreen? So I'll spin through really quickly. So we did a 9. We hit enter. We're going to do the same thing for the second one and the third one. So is there anybody who needs me to go through that? Doreen, you got it. That's so cool. Is there anybody who needs me to go through how to add each of those or no? Okay, then I'm going to take my time real quick and add them on for myself. Let's see, because they aren't on here. So let me do it. so that you can see them. So you will not see me do it. Okay, do you know how to change the colors? It's just as simple. You go down there, you change the number 9 to 20, you change the 20 color so that it's something different from your 9. You go to that next one, you change the number to 50, and then you change the color to something that you're always going to remember. Okay, I'm going to do mine real quick, you guys, because I need to have them on here. And when I share my screen again, you'll just see them. So I just added my 20. I'm going to make my 20 yellow. And you'll see them in just a second. My 50, let's see, I always make my 50 hot pink. And then I make my 200 day, I make that green. Okay. And then I'll give you guys time to catch up and ask questions if you have any questions about adding indicators. 200, I'm going to make mine green. Do I use that darker green? Yes. Okay, then I'm going to add them. And now you'll be able to see them on my screen. Color, but I'll listen. You can do one and then we can hop back to the trades. Okay, not the color, but thanks. Doreen, tell me if you want me to go ahead and show you how to do the 20, the 50, and the 200. I can show you, but you should be able to see them on my screen now. Let me show you what it looks like once you get them up there. So here's what your screen will look like once you add them all. Can you see those lines now, you guys? You can see my 9-day is blue. My 20-day is yellow. My 50-day is this hot pink. And my 200-day moving average is green. Also, up across the top, if you see, it says simple moving average, the 9, and it's blue. It also next to it says simple moving average, the 20, and it's yellow. So if you ever forget, it's right up there on your chart. And my hot pink, that's the 50-day. And that green one is my 200-day. So I will stop right there. Doreen, do you need me to go back or can you figure out how to add the 20, how to edit to change the color for the 20, the 50, and 200? If it's okay for me to go on, just type go on. If you want me to show you, I'll show you how to do it. Yeah, it's right up here across the top, so you don't have to remember it. Nope. And you can actually tap on that other one, or you can move some of this stuff over. And let's see. It'll show you. You're never by yourself, but I would write it down. Okay, so I can go on. You can go back and edit those at any time. Change that number where it says 9, because 9 is the default number. It will always pop up 9. So just change that. You can either use the arrow to tap up to the number, or you can erase that number totally out and put the number in, which is usually what I do because it's just quicker. Okay, so there we have it. So here we are looking at Ford. I'm going to slide over to Ford for the day. And you guys, you can see this little hoppy up and down, up and down, up and down. This is not a trend. This is not what a trend trader wants to see, because all day, so far, all we've done is this up, down, and it hasn't sustained really long enough. You know, let's see, let's put it on. I'll put it on 3 minutes. But that's not what I want. I want to see this. I want to see what happened on this day when price goes from $13 all the way down to, $12. You want to see a whole dollar move. That's a great trend. You want to see that. And if you look over at our day, you see how it's just like this flat straight line. If you can see right here at the very edge of the chart, this little straight line here, that's because there's not a lot of price movement. I would have even taken yesterday, where price started out at $11 and 32 cents and went all the way up to $12.32. It went up an entire dollar. That's a trend. So we're looking for a downtrend or an uptrend. Doesn't matter, because we can make money trading options if the price goes down. You can make money trading options if the price goes up. So I'm looking for that kind of trend. And today is not shaping up to be that kind of day. This is it's a short trend, and I'm sure if somebody wanted to do a quick scalp and get in and get out, but that's not going to be your big money. This here, you see how these candlesticks are all caught up in these simple moving averages? Chop. You don't want to be in there. There's no money to be made there. Prices just going up and down. It's trading somewhere between 12, let's see, 12.28 and 12.16. That's not a lot. That's not a very big, it's not a very big price fluctuation. We want a big move. Ideally, you want a big move. You want a quick big move, and you want it to be going in one particular direction. You want to see all red. You want to see some big bars, some small bars, but you want to see predominantly red in a downtrend. In an upward trend, you want to see predominantly green. You want to see big green bars, small green bars. You want to see that stair step pattern. And we don't have that. You can see it's green, red, green, red. There's, not the cleanest trend. No problem. And Doreen, you can always replay this and slow it down. In your replay, you can slow it down to half the speed. You can stop and start. So I love YouTube for that. And you can speed it up 2 times the speed if you want to get past some stuff that you already know. So I can show you that. You probably know where that is. If you go to your YouTube screen right now, where you're watching this video, along the bottom, you have a play button, a volume button. You should see the word live, and there is another gear. If you tap that gear, you'll see playback speed. If you want to play this back and go through what we just did and you want to slow it down, hit playback speed, and you can go to half speed, which is 0.5, or you can slow it almost down to a crawl to 0.25. And then you can rewatch this in the replay and slow it down so that it'll be easier for you to follow along with. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Okay, so we've added on our simple moving averages. We talked about what those mean, what they represent. And I'm just going to show you this 200-day moving average. You see it's a straight line practically. Price over the last 200 days has averaged, it looks like between 12, you can just follow it. It hasn't gone much above 12.15 over the last 200 days. If you look at our 50-day, it's a little higher over the last 50 days. It's been a little more volatile. That makes sense. Price average is about 12.21. But you guys, you can still see we're trading in this range. Say on the low end, 12.12, on the high range, 12.27. It's just not a lot of movement. We want that day where price moved a whole dollar. That's a good trading day. That's a good trend. So since we don't have a good trend to really be trading, and this stuff here is called chop, it's just choppy. If price was just going like in a straight line, we call that consolidation. Let me see if I can find you an example. Aha, here, right here. This is a perfect example of consolidation. Price is just going sideways. It's not doing anything. At least this is a downward trend right here. You had 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 minutes in the morning. Somebody could have grabbed that as a scalp. It doesn't have to go on for an hour. You could totally make money here because of how these bars came in. Price dropped relatively quickly and it was going in one direction. So that would have been a nice morning scalp yesterday. But this right here, where prices just caught up in these simple moving averages and going sideways, you don't want to trade in that. You don't want to be in there. Nothing's happening. Price isn't going anywhere. It's just eating up your premium. Because remember, you paid for this contract and you need that price to move. That's how we make money. If price isn't moving, it's just eating up your premium because you paid a premium. You want this thing to move so you can get in and get out. So we don't ever really want to be in this kind of consolidation. We're looking for this. Or even at the end of the day, this was okay, even with a little pullback. At the end of the day, you see this price started, it was as high as 12.24. It got all the way down like 12.02. That's okay. That could have been a nice little, grab a few pennies off the table at the end of the day. But what you don't want is that sideways stuff because there's no money to be made there. It's actually costing you money. And it looks like if Ford doesn't start to go down, it looks like it might be starting to consolidate. You see, we've got these 4 bars basically side by side, these 4 candlesticks. We don't have a lot of volume, which means, things are starting to slow down. Okay. So there you have it, guys. We've got our simple moving averages on. We talked about what a trend looks like, what would make a good trend. We talked about consolidation. And then we added on our MACD, our TTM, and our RSI. Does anybody have any other question? Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, you guys, since Ford isn't really doing anything. Oh, chart alerts. Okay. We'll see. I need to go over. Let's go look and see what Tesla did just to peek and see. See what's happening with Tesla's price. Ooh. So from this morning, looks like price is going up a little, but still not much. We're trading in a range with Tesla too. So I would be curious to see. Yeah, we're still at around 181.45. We haven't done much, you guys. So this looks like chop too. We can go in, peek, and see what those Tesla contracts are doing. So far, we're down $10 today. So that somebody's making money over here. Let's see who's making money for us today. These 3 Tesla contracts are up $37. The 10 contracts, well, we bought 10. They're down $6.50. Those were, what were those? Those were puts because price isn't going down, price is going up. Price is still going up for Tesla. We're up $45, blah, 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 blah. We cashed out our love today. And this is what Tesla's doing overall. And we still have some Ford going. Let's see. Let's see what those Ford contracts are doing. We purchased 10 Ford contracts. Ford's down $55. We cashed out our love. Tesla is down $5.75. All right, let's get back over to our chart. And I'm going to put you guys here. I'm going to turn the news on so you guys can hear for just a second. And I'm going to go make some coffee. I haven't even had coffee this morning. So I'll be back in about 10 minutes, you guys. It won't take me long. Interesting 72 hours to your point.
I mean, business as usual with your stock down 30%. Have you seen any deposit outflows?
No, what's interesting is we really have
I'll be right back.
We obviously are watching our deposit outflows carefully.
And you guys, we're currently watching Tesla, but we can watch Tesla or Ford. But Tesla's making a little move. Looks like she's making a little run for it. She's up 181.46. Looks like she had hit 181.57. Let's see if she goes on a little tear, and maybe we can cash out some Tesla on those calls today. I will be right back. 10 minutes.
Sure. So obviously,
so it is now. Well, I'll take 15. It's 9:45. I'll be right back at 10 o'clock. I need to get some.
So we're fortunate in that we have
lip gloss because my lips feel dry and I need to have some coffee. You guys,
So are you saying that you've been a beneficiary?
Get
of
you
some of
a
the
drink,
outflows that
get
we've
a
seen from
snack,
Silicon Valley Bank and Signature?
regroup, rewatch, do whatever it is you
Well,
need to
we're-
do.
we're
I'm going to
part
make
the
a pot
whole
of coffee
banking
and I will be
ecosystem,
right
and
back,
we've
you
been
guys.
pleased to be able to serve clients who actually, on pretty short notice, were looking for a home. So we have been able to serve some of those clients, and we've been pleased to do so.
Chris, I don't mean to throw fuel on the flame, but I wonder if you think there's merit in this argument that certain elements of the VC world try to foment worry, I won't say panic, but worry in an effort to get policymakers to back them up in ways that really weren't relevant to retail depositors in this country.
Oh, Carl, I'm not sure exactly, who was fomenting what concerns, but clearly SVB, have a business that's concentrated around an ecosystem, and that ecosystem is obviously very connected to many parts of the economy.
So what is all this going to mean, this fallout and the pressures we saw in the banking system? What's it going to mean for loans and for lending standards?
Well, I think lending standards, I think people will tighten their credit boxes. I think people are focused, obviously, on liquidity. But the banking system is in great shape. I look at credit metrics all the time, and not only our credit metrics, but really across all of the regional banks, credit metrics are in good shape. So I think you'll see, Sarah, that people are open for business. As I said, conducting business as usual. But I think probably, some of the excesses that, by the way, weren't in the banking system, I think probably you'll see, some of those pulling back a bit.
Elizabeth Warren's got this op-ed in the Times where she basically says, "I told you so." And when back in 2018, when these rollbacks were occurring, sort of predicting, in her view, the excesses that were to come. Do you think she has a point?
No, I think, Carl, within the banking system, I can tell you, we're a Category 4 bank. We are extremely regulated. We're subject to stress tests every single year. We conduct our own stress tests constantly. So at least from my perspective, I don't think it was lack of regulation. I think it was a matter of a lot of concentration and perhaps not the best balance sheet positioning.
Right. Longer term, I wonder, we've been asking a lot of bank executives this question, whether or not we're going into an era where, for example, the marketing message changes to retail depositors that emphasizes security and safety. And if it does, then what does that sort of imply about your level of worry about financial and credit conditions going forward?
Well, I think convenience, safety, and security are kind of what we sell. We're a bank that's out in our communities all the time. And what we're really selling people is the fact that we're easy to do business with, that their money's safe, that they can communicate with people, that we can serve their needs. And so I don't think that really changes. I think it's going to be for us kind of more of the same of how we've done business. Our big focus of, go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead, Chris. Finish. Thought you were done.
Our big focus, and we've been focused on this for probably the last 4 years, is this notion of primacy. And so by primacy, everyone has an operating account, whether you're an individual or you're a business, where you're basically running all of your flows through that account. And because we are the primary bank in 85% of the instances, we're really well ingrained with the companies that we serve. And so I think, our whole notion of sound, proper growth ties in well with that.
So what about being opportunistic here, Chris? There have been reports that the feds would rather see, pieces or SVB and other banks end up in the hands of mid-sized regional banks like yours. Would you be interested in a deal?
Well, we have a pretty good history of acquiring and successfully integrating businesses. We've purchased a lot of niche businesses, whether they were investment banking boutiques or they were digital companies or analytics companies. That's typically where we focus, is buying businesses that we can plug into our core business and make us more impactful for our clients and prospects. We have completed, one significant acquisition since 2016, and that was the acquisition of First Niagara, and that worked out really well for us. So I think the right deal at the right price makes sense, but for me, it would be a really high, both strategic and financial hurdle.
Did you express interest to the FDIC this weekend or otherwise?
Sarah, we never talk about any deals that we may or may not have looked at.
I feel like you didn't rule it out just now. So, Chris, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming on. I know there's a big sign of relief today in the shares.
Thanks so much.
On KeyBank. A lot more on our bank coverage later in the day and in the hour. Big interview for you at 1:15. The CEO of Charles Schwab will join me exclusively on the exchange. Stocks up sharply today, about 10% after taking a beating on all of this bank saga. Look at Meta in the spotlight today because the company finally confirmed another round of layoffs, another 10,000 job cuts. Stocks up big, up 6%. Also, we're watching the semi stocks. Look at NVIDIA, Lam Research, Intel, all seeing a nice bump. AMD off a whopping 7%. Technology rallies. In fact, everything's rallying right now. Communication services and financials at the top. We'll be right back.
All right, y'all, I'm just making coffee. I'll be right back. I gotta have it though. I'm gonna look at QQQ real quick. She's just shimmying her little self up, Lord. Ooh, Lord. Let's see what TD Ameritrade was talking about.
Their banking contacts between now very well be the last hike of this cycle if it turns out that banking activity slows.
That's interesting. Mark, what do you think here? I know we're still waiting on PPI, and we still have some uncertainty, as Tom said, pertaining to the banking cycle and what we've been seeing. And, you had Jan Hatzius come out and say he didn't anticipate a rate hike anymore on March 22nd. What are you thinking here, Mark?
I think the Fed is caught between some difficult choices here. And I do think there's an argument to be made, obviously, for them pausing at the moment. And there's an argument for them adding another 25 basis point rate hike. We need to get to Friday, quite frankly, Nicole, because these developments have been occurring so rapidly, so quickly that, they want to get past any more new developments with respect to systemic risk. And yes, the dual mandates, maximum employment and stable prices, but we have massive banking collapses of two of the top three in history, as we've had in the past 3 days. That kind of has a way of taking the oxygen out of the room. And you just can't imagine the Fed tightening if indeed we are in yet another significant market event, as we've seen the past few days. But, obviously today's stability is a welcome relief, truly. And that may, if we get more of that, that could put them on the path toward another 25 basis point hike.
Okay. And let me ask you this here. Over at Bankrate.com, you get to see what investors are doing, how they're saving, how they're using the credit cards. What are some of the stats of late? It's my understanding a lot more credit card use at a very high rate, so it's catching up with them, and defaults on auto loans and things like that. Is that what's happening?
All the above. Some of that data we capture, some of it we survey about. I think one of the more concerning ones I've seen recently that we just conducted a survey on, Nicole, was that more than a third of Americans have more credit card debt than they have emergency savings. Only 43% of Americans can pay an emergency expense of $1,000 or more from emergency savings. And we're not even in a recession that we know of right now. So if indeed we have interruptions in income that become more significant, we know there have been a lot of job cuts, job cut announcements and layoffs. Those are probably going to accelerate and are accelerating. That's going to put a lot more personal finances in a precarious position.
Yeah, I remember when we were saying that they didn't have $400, but the point is that they have more credit card debt than they do savings for an important rainy day. Tom, final thoughts here is we're still awaiting PPI and retail sales and how the consumer is faring. I mean, your point is that maybe the Fed is one and done from this point out.
Yeah, look, I do think a lot depends on what we see from that consumer data later this month. So if you hold the banking issues aside for a moment, we had blowout consumer spending numbers in January, but there were some reasons to think there might have been some one-offs there. And so if we see a repeat of the January numbers from consumers, then it's hard to see how inflation is not at least stalling. The disinflationary process is at least stalling. Whereas if it kind of goes back to the trend from the fourth quarter of 2022, then I think that would give the Fed more confidence that kind of the efforts they've made to date will work. And then they're still going to be looking at what's going on with banks, what's happening with lending and the like. So I think there's actually a lot of reasons why the Fed could wind up pausing after this month. So either its consumers could slow down or there could be concerns in the banking industry is kind of why we think that's probably what's going to wind up happening.
All right, Tom. Tom Graff, Facet Wealth, Mark Hamrick at bankgreat.com. Thank you both. We'll have PPI to watch for in retail sales. Thanks for being with me, friends. Trading 360 every single day at 11 a.m. I will see you at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Nicole Petalides. Fast Market is next.
Whether you're an experienced investor or just getting started, TD Ameritrade offers a webcast that's right for you. Are you an active trader? Our Active Trading webcast series is designed to help you develop a deeper understanding of technical analysis, options, futures, and more. Best of all, you can ask questions by chatting directly with an education coach. It's interactive learning at its finest. Tune in live or watch on demand. Head over to tdameritrade.com/webcast and start learning today.
I'm Nicole Petalides coming to you live from the New York Stock Exchange every single market day from the opening to closing bells. Tune in to the TD Ameritrade Network.
When traders tell us how to make Thinkorswim even better, we listen. Like Jack. He wanted a streamlined version he could access anywhere, no download necessary. And Kim. She wanted to execute a preset trade strategy in seconds. So we gave him Thinkorswim Web. Because platforms this innovative aren't just made for traders, they're made by them. Thinkorswim by TD Ameritrade.
Trading has changed forever as a new generation of investors make their impact on markets.
It's more important than ever to navigate through the frenzy of meme stocks, IPOs, and the next wave of tech.
And that's where we come in, discussing strategies and example trades on trending names.
Take control of your financial future. Next Gen Investing, weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, only on the TD Ameritrade Network.
We empower those who act. Those who see the correlation between upswings and downswings. Those who manage risk by meeting each obstacle with a perfectly executed strategy. A measured approach, the right tools, driving accuracy. CME Group, where risk meets opportunity.
Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to Fast Market. I'm Tom White, and we've got a great show lineup for you today, including discussions and strategies in Lennar ahead of the home builders' earnings, and DoorDash, which is up on a California court ruling. And like Folio, will break down consumer sentiment data on Five Below ahead of the retailer's earnings tomorrow after the close. Now, 2.5 hours into the trading day, stocks are in rally mode as traders speculate the worst of the banking sector turmoil has passed. Treasury yields stabilized and are moving higher after the latest inflation reading cemented bets for a Federal Reserve rate hike next week. Let's take a look at those four major indices. The S&P 500 up 1.85%. Dow Jones Industrial Average up nearly 400 points, or 1.25%. NASDAQ 100 up 2.3%. And the Russell finally, after 6 straight down days, up nearly 3% on the session as the small caps rebound. To help me break down this market action, let's bring in my co-host, Kevin Hinks. Kevin, strong day across the board. We're getting a little bit of semblance that maybe the worst is past us in the turmoil as far as the financial sector, but this is a good overall day based on the fact of, CPI reading in line, basically, right?
Calm is good, Tom.
Yeah.
I mean, no new headlines overnight on the banking industry. You see that in the Russell. Most investors, or a lot of them, don't always watch the Russell 2000. It's not the highest profile of names. It's a bunch of small caps, but the regional banks should have caught everyone's attention the last couple of days or weeks. And so to see the Russell up 3% means that the overall tension, the overall temperature level in regional banks is starting to subside. A lot of dust starting to settle, Tom. And like you mentioned, a CPI number that didn't scare anybody. It was all pretty much in line. 3 of the 4 were in line. And the only one, ex-food and energy, month-over-month was up 0.5. That's a 10th high. But parts, I thought really interesting how used cars and trucks down 2.8%. New up. Let's see, new was up 0.2. But how about this? Here's an interesting little thing. Over 12 months, used cars and trucks down 13.6%, new cars up 5.8. So used cars and trucks coming down twice as fast as new cars going up. But here's the problem still, Tom. Shelter up 0.8. Yeah. That's the biggest number in ex-food and energy. Transportation services up 1.1. Food away from home and at home, both up 0.3 and 0.6. So this is still a strong number, and that core services ex housing still lingering. So doesn't do anything to stop the Fed. So
hey, Shauna.
We'll see. The speculation on what the Fed's going to do is incredible right now.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. We got our CPI data in. Hey,
tech goes is Meta Platforms.
Shauna, how can you do that? How can you work, girl, and watch 2 channels? You like me. I listen. I listen to Kathy's channel. But I can listen to Kathy. I promise y'all. Y'all know Kathy. Kathy Hampton. I could listen to Kathy Hampton read the alphabet. Kathy's voice, I have never seen or heard Kathy rattled. So I do the same thing. Usually, if I'm multitasking, I got Kathy on because Kathy's voice is so soothing. If you all have not gotten into Kathy's morning journaling, I was never a journaler. First of all, I always felt like somebody would find my journal and know all my deep, dark secrets. No, thank you. I never felt safe. When I tell you, Kathy has created the safest, the most calming morning routine. If I wasn't even a journaler, I swear to goodness, I wake up and I'm asleep when Kathy starts her thing. You all, I roll over, I open up one eye, I turn that thing on because I just want to hear. And it's always something so positive. It's always something so uplifting. I can confess, I've told y'all everything anyway. I usually cry. Kathy always has something that is so meaningful to me. And it's not just her, it's what she's creating. She has a deck of cards that she pulls from for writing prompts. She's got a couple deck of cards, and everybody in that live, it's amazing. I'm just telling y'all, it's amazing. If you want to get your day started in a calm, centered way, Let me get that out of the way. Please do your spirit a favor. Go check out Kathy Hampton on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. Y'all have to get the time straight. I don't know. It's time changes going on all over the world. I don't know what time it is. All I know is that it's early here in Mexico, and I am still in bed. And it felt like it was even earlier today. It was dark when we started, but man, I don't want to miss it. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't want to miss Kathy's journaling in the morning. It sets the tone for my day. I was so relaxed when I got done journaling with Kathy this morning, y'all. I went back to sleep. I don't think I made it to this. I don't know. Elle, were you in journaling? Did you journal today, Elle? But if you haven't gone, please go. It is a treat. It's a delight. It is a gift to your spirit. You don't have to, nothing has to be wrong. People think, well, you're journaling, what's going on? You got stuff on your mind. No, you can journal just for your peace, just to be reconnected, to connect with yourself. Please, please do Kathy. She also does a Sunday evening. So if it's just impossible for you to get to her journaling on Tuesday and I think it's Tuesday and Thursday morning, go to her Sunday session. I'm just telling you, go to her Sunday session. Okay. Yes. Somebody introduced another, I think it was a deck of cards. It's called the Law of Attraction. Y'all know I'm there. If we're talking about abundance, if we're talking about law of attraction, self-care, healing, loving on each other, community, count me in. Where are they talking about that? Because I am so convinced that who we are and who we present and how we present in the world has so much to do with what you're thinking, what you're consuming. Oh, I'm telling you, you can listen. You can watch mumble rap videos. You can watch violence shows. You can watch anything you want. YouTube has everything. You can watch about the worst news in the world and all the killing and the this and that. You can watch that. Personally, not me. I don't need to hear that. That does not feed my spirit. What feeds my spirit is truth, self-discovery, self-reflection. How do we work together? Cooperative economics. Those things soothe me because I know it's for our betterment. And anything that is improving and better makes me feel better. Okay, that's my commercial. Also, wait a minute. Okay, while I'm out here, I might as well tell y'all about this one too. You might as well get on board, ladies. I'm here for y'all. And gentlemen too, y'all could join. Hey, NYREL of Becoming NYREL. Talk about self-care and wholeness and healthiness and happiness. Y'all better get you some. She has a whole, I want to say it's 30 days. It might be more than that. A whole self-care calendar. And recently on her self-care calendar, forgive me, y'all, because I got coffee, everything going on. On her self-care calendar, one that I thought was really good was take yourself on a date. Oh my gosh. I went to the park. Whew. Yeah, I'm a cheap date. I took myself to the park. There's a beautiful park here, Los Colomas. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's got a farm, a Japanese garden. It's so much stuff going on. Ice cream, kids, crafts, bunnies, ducks, chickens, roosters. I promise you, I've never been in a park like that. I want to say both of them are probably on IG. First of all, you're looking for Kathy Hampton of Wellside Retreats. I promise you, I would not steer you wrong. I wouldn't. Please, I'm going to put her name here. Uh-oh, let's see. I don't want a banner. I want, hold tight, y'all. No, I'm trying to get back to the chat. Y'all know I don't know how to do this, right? Private chat. Nope. Comments. There we go. Okay. Hi, Love Muffin. Hi, Fatima. That's my favorite English teacher. I think Fatima is, are you in Spain? I think so. I'm not sure if you're still there or where you are in the world, but man, listen, I know cool people. I'm telling you, you need to go check out her YouTube channel as well. I know cool ladies, I'm telling you, and gents too. But these ladies are out here. They have a voice. They have something to say. It is for the betterment of yourself and others. I'm down for it. Count me in. So what I'll do is I'll link my favorite YouTubers so that y'all can get some of this yummy goodness too. But Kathy Hampton, I'll do it. KathyHampton. She's Well Side Retreats. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. She does her journaling. It's pretty early in the morning, but I promise you, before your day gets hectic, before you check your social media account, before the kids come in, and before your boss starts to make demands on you, feed your own spirit. Feed yourself before you even come over here with me talking about money and the news and all that chatter. I promise you, get you some. She comes on right before me, and it's so beautifully timed because I can journal with Kathy, and then there's an hour in between. She's Wellside Retreats. Yes, Kathy does retreats, the whole nine. Please check her out. But you won't be disappointed. And also becoming Nyrel. I think she spells it with a capital C. Nyrel has an entire month and maybe more of self-care. She's curated this beautiful calendar. You can go download this calendar. I think you can do it by donation. She isn't even charging for this. And then she does this follow-up too. It is so wonderful. Yes. And am I saying this right? Is it Vinyl Wave? Wall? I'm not sure. That's my other good girlfriend on YouTube. When I tell you I know friends, I have folks in my life, in my circle, in my sphere that are doing wonderful things. Please, and so calming. The three of them together, it's the same vibe. Let me see. I'm going to put, well, you all can see who's in the chat. Yeah, make sure you do that before you come here. It's an hour for Kathy. You can access Fatima's, and you can access Nyrel's content at any time. Do yourself a favor. Yes, they are all, I'm pretty sure, on IG. They have an Instagram presence as well. Do yourself a favors, lady. I'm done. I'm not gonna press. I'm not gonna push, but I'm telling you, that's what I do. And I never journaled. So let's get back over here to Ford. And let's just kind of see what Ford is doing, which is basically nothing. But you will get a chance to look at, okay, well, maybe she's creeping down a little bit, which means, okay, where were we? 23, we're down to 13. We ain't really making any headway for real, but we can check in on those profits to see what Ford is doing. So let me scurry over here. Well, we're up $102 today. That's nothing to sneeze at least for the day. Overall, we got some stuff going on over here, but let's see. Tesla's up 127, y'all. I don't know if y'all want to grab those little pennies. It's up 142. Let's look at Tesla and see if we want to grab those profits to put them in our account. I'll show you where we are too, so you can see. We're up 229,000. Well, we're up $29,000 because the account started with 200,000. I was trying to see if they will show me. Let's see. I know what to do. Take this off, and I want to see if they'll show us the value over time. Okay, so we're up. This account started at $200,000, and throughout our purchases, we've made a total in profit of $29,000.76. And part of it is with trades like this. Tesla's going up. So according to my 3-minute chart, it looks like we're in an upward trend. The RSI is going up. Let me look at it on the 15-minute, and I'm just going to pull out further and further to see if this is suggesting that we stay or run. So when I see this, let me tell you what I see. You guys see these big light blue bars? That's a positive. The trend is still strong. It's not waning, because if it was waning, we would see more of these dark blue bars. They would be getting smaller. I'm looking at the RSI. It was overbought. It came down, got a little breath, and it looks like she's still up around 67. Okay, it looks like it's dropping, but we'll wait and see. As long as it doesn't go beneath our moving averages. I've told you guys this before. When you see these moving averages spread out like this, when you see all this space, that's a good sign, particularly when we're talking about to the upside. So these are spread out like this. We're at 181.53, 181.57, 181.60. So let's look and see how much that has translated. Ooh, we lost some pennies. Tesla, where are we? $82. So, you know, Tesla's really liquid though, you guys. That's nothing to be alarmed about. And our Ford is down $35. I don't think that's anything to be too alarmed about. We got some Tesla puts. Did we sell those? Oh, they stopped us out. That's what that was. Oh, our Tesla puts. Remember, I forgot about that. We had these Tesla puts. What is this? Okay, they stopped us out. It looks like they sold because we lost almost 6%. Remember, I set our stop at 6%. I said set it tight. We could have set it even tighter. So what we currently have working for us now are the 10 Ford contracts. They're still active. And we've got these 3 Tesla contracts, the calls that are making money, which is cool because we didn't want to lose any more money fooling around with those puts. And I probably shouldn't have bought 10 anyway. I should have bought 3, which is what I would have bought in real life. We would have mitigated this loss here. So we've got the Tesla calls that are working. As long as the price continues to go up, we should be okay for the day. We've got these Ford. Are these calls or puts? I have to look and see. Oh, those are puts. So we would have Ford's price would have to go down. So we'll keep checking. I'm going to go back to Ford though, because Ford is easy to teach from because it's moving so slowly. And I'm just going to recap. Oh yeah, we got Ford puts. We should be okay. If this price keeps coming down, you guys see this? Now, this is something that I would be interested in right here, right now, y'all. Okay, let me, because now I get excited. This is something that looks attractive to me. And let me tell you why this looks attractive. And I'll tell you why it looks attractive for puts in particular on Ford. Why did this grow off? Really quickly, because things can change. Okay, you see our moving averages. This looks very different from Tesla. We've got our 200 here. We're trading beneath that. You see our 9, our 20, and our 50-day moving average. You see how this price is closing. If this candle closes, I'm going to move it down, move the time frame down to 5 minutes. If that candle closes below, okay, that changes the view on our 5-minute. Well, we are below these 3. I like that. I like this. It looks like we are developing a trend that's going down. Why do I say that? Look at this. This is our MACD. It's not the strongest trend because look, this was a pretty strong move. You see how big, how bold. You see all that space in between this in this indicator. We don't have that, but we still have these red bars here. They aren't as tall. They aren't as strong. And if you look at it, the candles aren't as big either. That's volume. We don't have as much volume. Volume means how many people are trading, but we do have a clear downtrend, guys. We're underneath all of these and it's continuing to go down. My only concern is this 200-day moving average. This candle or price as it approaches this can do a couple of things. It could get stuck here. You know, this is a pretty strong price level. It's been that way for 200 days. 200 days, the price is averaged around 208. I mean, $12.08, $12.09. So when it gets there, it could get stuck there. Like that's the average price. It doesn't have to go lower, but it could go lower, or it could do what we call, it could bounce off of it. It could use that and it could touch it, get close to it, and then price reverse. So I'm going to be curious to see in the next 5 minutes, what is price going to do as it gets closer to this 200-day moving average? Is it going to continue down? In that case, did you see that bigger red candle pop in? And look what happened here. These are bright red again. You see the space starting to form in between here, you guys? Those are good signs. You see how much bigger these red bars are becoming? These are all good signs. Look at our RSI. It's dropping. So I'm going to be anticipating, not trying to predict, I'm going to be anticipating that perhaps price can continue down, but we want to watch what does price do once it gets close to this moving average. Will it sit there, consolidate, like just sit there? Will it go down even further? Because it can do that. But in my experience, it would have to have some volume with it to cut through that, because that's a pretty significant, price level. Or it could bounce off of it and price could reverse. You see where this, look at the tail of this candle. It came very close to that 200-day moving average. And then what happened? Price bounced right back up. So it came close here and it wasn't able to penetrate this 200. Price did what? It bounced right back up. So I'm going to be curious to see, how is price going to respond? Is it going to get lower than $12.08? And it's struggling. It's just sitting there at $12.10. I'm going to move down to an even smaller time frame. Let's see what it's doing on the 3-minute, because I'm nosy like that. I want to see. I liked it. Okay, so it looks like now we're under, at least on the 3-minute, we're under all of those. Our RSI is pretty low. Still these red bars here looking about the same. We don't have as much volume as we had earlier in the day, but that's okay. I want to see, and y'all know I'm really nosy. I will absolutely look at this thing on the 1 minute because 3-minute bars or 3-minute candles are made up of 1-minute candles. If you really want to get down there and see how that trend is going or what might be coming, look at your RSI. It's still low, but did you see it pop up? These are the things we're looking at in trading. There is no calculus. You don't need your calculator. You don't need to have a degree in finance, but you do need to learn this skill. And I'm telling you, check out Oliver Velez. I'm not going to say any more about that. He is an excellent, excellent, excellent teacher. He is the one that got me to using a 20-day. And one day I'm going to be a big girl and I'm going to be a trader like Oliver. And I'm only going to use my 20-day and my 200-day. That's a bad somebody. Okay, so we just had a little price movement on Ford. It's down to 1209. That's good to see. I'm going to go back 1209, but we were trying to see if it would get below 1207. If it can, the closer it gets to $12, the better it is for our puts. 1208. We love this. We like big red candles, especially when we're holding a put. And a put is that contract that you purchase when you think the price is going to go down. And we've had some significant shift in this price. At this point, it was at 1224. I got to see where we bought in. And now we're down to 1209. So let's just peek at that Ford put and see what it's doing. We got 10. Yeah, we got 10 Ford puts. We're down $10 so far. So let's see if it keeps going down. Maybe we can make up some ground. And our Tesla puts are up $45. Yeah, Ford's moving. We're down $5. So let's go back and see. Hopefully we can get down to, the closer we get to $12, the better for us. That's what I'm talking about. Big red candles, please. 1207, this is all beautiful. We should be, I'm going to wait and see. It shouldn't take much for us to get positive. 1207, let me peek in here at the comments. So that's all we're doing. We purchased those contracts. Oliver Velez trading. Oh, Oliver is one of my favorites. You know who else? Oh, okay. Oh, hey, Sandra. Hey. I didn't see you. Hey, I'm glad you're here with us just in time. Oliver Velez is one that I like. You guys, I like Chris Sane. I like Chris Sane because he's free with the information. He will give you price levels. These are some of my favorites. If you're just new to trading, I like that he gives information that's digestible. It's not above your head. He's not that guy. He doesn't try to overcomplicate it. I like Black Girl Stocks. Those are three of my favorites. And you all know I love Rainer Teo, but Rainer Teo is more about technical analysis. If you want to really learn how to read candlesticks, if you really want to learn how to read these charts, Rainer Teo. Y'all look at Ford coming on down. You see these candles coming in red? Let's go peek at the coins because it doesn't take a lot. We're down to 1206. I think the last time we checked, we were at 1208. And let's see where we are. Okay, so just like that, we're positive. Ford is up $5, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Tesla's sitting still, $52 up. We'll let them cook. We'll let them sit. Ford is just vacillating back and forth. Ah, look at that bounce back. Remember we talked about what would it do when we were looking on the 5-minute? What would happen when it got near that? Were we on the 5? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. We were trying to see if it would go through that 200-day moving average. And look at it, you guys. I don't know if it's going to make it through. We'll see. It's just sitting right there. So that's interesting, just so that you know that when price approaches a price level, that might be an established price level as in support and resistance. It could be an established support. I haven't even gone over how to put on support and resistance. I'll do that. But we're right now just looking at our moving averages. And this 200 moving average, that's a pretty strong moving average because that's the price that it has been on average over the last 200 days. So I'm not surprised to see that, we're sitting there for just a wee bit on this 5-minute chart, but the trend looks strong. Look at that. Here we are in our TTM. You see how big these red bars have gotten? That's an indicator that this downtrend is still healthy. It hasn't turned to yellow yet. Yellow would be the color that we see if this trend were starting to wane. You see how wide these are open? That's a good sign. They're pointing down. I promise you, trading is about observing. Can you be observant? Do you notice patterns? And then the rest of it is skills. These are skills that you can be taught. When to enter a trade, when to exit a trade. And so if we had enough profit, I'm all about see profit, take profit. I would like for a candle to close underneath this 200-day moving average, to be honest with you. I'd like to see it get down and stay down, maybe around $12.05. If we could get that low and stay underneath that, I would kind of feel a little more confident. Well, there we go, 1206. We'll see what happens. And we'll just keep checking. Is there anybody who has a question about anything that you're seeing, or is there anything that you want me to go over? See you in a little bit, Shauna. Okay, that's a good sign. Thank you. So you guys, we're looking again at Ford. It hit $12.05. I like this stair-step pattern. When I see that, I get a little excited. I get excited when I see it on the 5 in particular, because I can see patterns better on the 5-minute chart. You can kind of see it on the 3-minute chart too. Let's see what's happening. Yeah. We talked about these candles though. These dojis. These dojis signify indecision, or almost like it's a tie. You can tell that buyers and sellers are in here fighting. They are duking it out. Buyers want to buy, sellers want to sell. We have puts. We want the price to go down. So we want sellers to get out of the way. No, I'm sorry. We want sellers to sell off, because the more they sell off, the lower the price goes. We want buyers to get out of the way. We don't want to see green candles. We don't want to see this. We want to see these. We want to see these continue to increase in size. We want to see these lines here. Once they do that crossover, we want to see them spread apart. We also want to see on our TTM, we want these red bars to continue. You see how they're getting bigger and bigger? We want to continue to see that. The only thing that has me a little bit concerned is look at our RSI. It is oversold, so it's not going to stay down there for long. What we typically see is it'll come up a little, catch its breath. That's what I say, catch its breath, and then it'll continue going down. Okay, so we're down to 1204. Let's go see what that means for profits. And just like that, you guys, we're up. Oh, Tesla took a nice little jump. Tesla's at 262 and Ford's at 15. Well, you can see why folks trade Tesla. Just like that, we were down. I think we're at $55, and now we're 277. So we better go look and see what happened. We've got Tesla calls, so we can be sure that the price is going up. Let's go look at Tesla. And that's a good thing, because we lost a little on those Tesla puts. So maybe we can make up for it with our Tesla calls. You see that green bar that just came in? Price jumped up 182.78. Just like that, we off to the races. I think it might be, was it on CPI?
Concerns that we've seen play out over and over. So Five Below is just
I'm going to go back over here to Trader TV and get CNBC up and see if maybe some news or something came through. Why did we see that big jump?
All right, urging them to get more fit. So today he says flatter is faster, leaner is better, in person is superior. Meta, yes, yes, yes. No founder deserves more credit for leading the turnaround from age of excess to efficiency than Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay, I'm going to turn that down. They're talking about Meta or Facebook. So let's look at what Tesla is doing, and we can decide, do we want to continue to hold Tesla for today, or do we want to get rid of it while we have this nice profit? So Tesla is doing this thing. Hey, I like it. This is why I would stay in this trade. We're trading above all of our SMAs. Look at that volume, that nice green volume bar. And look at our TTM. These bars are getting taller. They're the right color blue. Look at our RSI. It took a sudden turn up. The only thing about it is once that RSI, you can look at it in the past. It's red when it gets, these are buyers. It's red when it gets overbought. It doesn't stay up there long. So this might be a good place to consider, taking some profits. It's up 183.11 and she just keeps going. 183.14. Let's look at our Tesla profits again and see if we want to come out of that. We're at 415. So Tesla's up $400, you guys. That's a profit of, I don't have it on here. Oh, yes, I do. It's up 12%. It's up 11%. You see the fluctuation right here. So we're down to 390. I'll look at the chart again. I'm looking at this RSI. The RSI value is at 67. At 70, it's officially overbought. So, let me get in here in the comments and see what you guys say. Anybody who's here, if we want to grab those Tesla profits, because that's how, honestly, I have not reset the money on the paper money. That $29,000, those were real profits. We did those earlier. We made money on waste management. I can't remember everything that you guys told us to do. Oh, who just purchased technical trading, technical analysis masterclass? But yes, please. There's no way you can trade if you can't read candlesticks. So that's the basis. You got to do that. I'm just keeping my eye on Tesla. I'm keeping my eye on this 5-minute chart, and I like what I see. I like seeing these green bars here, you guys. I'm okay with that little red candle coming in, because sometimes when it gets near the RSI, it'll shy away and then it'll keep going. So let's see if we can get back up to over $183 a share. If not, then we can take our profits. It's nothing to sneeze at. We've got over $300 in Tesla profits. So that's nothing to sneeze at. We're at 375. But I'm going to tell you how I would decide if I'm going to stay in this trade or get out. What I would do is I honestly would start at my hourly chart, because I just want to see, like, over the hour, what does this trend look like? So here's my hourly chart. This is Tesla if we look at it by the hour. And you can see it was just kind of moving sideways, and suddenly we've got this movement. But look at our MACD. This is a good sign. These green bars, bright green like that, getting taller, getting bigger, this is wide open. Our TTM squeeze, these are getting taller. This is the right color blue. What we don't want to see is this blue, this dark blue, and them starting to diminish, because they're going to roll into that downward trend. As long as we see this, and as long as I see these bright green, we've got this volume bar, I'm okay with that. We just went up to 183.37. What concerns me is this right here, this RSI, because the RSI value right now is just under 70. Trust me, if it hits it, it can stay up there for a little while, but it won't stay up there for forever. So if it starts to, personally, if it was my personal money, I would start shaving some of these contracts off, meaning I would capture some of this profit. I wouldn't let it just roll and hope that it, and thinking, oh, it's just going to go on and on and on forever. No, it is not going to go on and on forever. So gains. Marilyn, I know what you're going to say. We've got 3 Tesla puts. I'm going to sell one, you guys, just one, so that we can realize some of those profits. Right now, we're up 12%. So I'm going to sell, and I'll show you how to sell. Right here, we've got 3 Tesla contracts. We've got time on it, but we don't want to play around. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We can see this money right here now. I'm going to go right over here in the margin. You'll see it looks like a little menu bar. Well, let me see, because I don't want to sell right in the middle of an uptrend. But Tesla's so volatile, y'all. It could be up okay, that's on the hour. Now let me come down and look at it on the 15-minute. What does the 15-minute say? 15 minutes still has that nice bright green that popped up. But you see this red, that's concerning, because it is not going to stay up. Just like this, it stayed up for a little bit, dips down, stayed up, dips down. 138.28. We're already down a little, you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna sell one. I'm gonna sell one of these just because it's money, and it's money in the bank. So I'm gonna go over here and create a closing order. I'm gonna go slide here. I'm not going to sell them all. It says sell 3. Nope, I'm only going to sell one, because we want to bank those profits. So I'm going to move that down to 1, and then I'm going to hit confirm, and I'm going to hit send. And you can see that it's working over here. It hasn't been filled yet. When this order gets filled, you'll see a little message pop up. My box is blue. I don't know what color anybody else's box is. I hope they're all the same color. But as soon as this sells, it's working now. So if I do this, you'll see it says working. It hasn't sold yet. I could mark it out, which means get you out fast, but generally you can lose a little money. Okay, so they just sold. We sold one of our Tesla contracts. Let's get over and see what that means in terms of our profit. So we're 330, 490 for the day. The difference is 100. Oh shoot, this movie, we banked $165 so far on that one, we banked $165 or whatever it is. And right now, it's still going up. It's at $300. But for the day, we've made a total of $455 on this Tesla contract alone. If we sold it right now, our profit would be $460 if I sold it all. And so, yeah, we made roughly $160 that we banked. So we can let it ride or, whatever. And you can see Ford is up $25. You guys, that's pretty good for Ford. To be honest with you, if you make $50 on Ford a day, hey, for the number of contracts, $100. If you make $100 a day on Ford, that's good money. Excuse me. So let me tell you what we lost on today. And we really we could have gotten out of those, but we banked more than we lost. We banked 1,200. We got out of there because today we were down 360, but we banked 12 something. So I was okay with that. That Tesla, this here, I want to say they were puts or calls. They were puts. They stopped us out. We set our stop loss, and it stopped us out at 650. For me, that's too much. I would set a tighter stop next time. I don't want to lose that much money. Okay, so who is this? Is it Ford? Okay, look at Ford on the move, $40. Hey, so Ford is up 40. These Tesla calls are up a total of $390. Let me just look at it again. Remember, we were up over $183. That's how quickly this can change. But it's Tesla. Sure, we could look back at this thing and Tesla be at $185. It's just how much risk do you want to take and how much profit are you trying to make? The only thing that concerns me is this right here on the RSI where it's turning red and it's telling you, look, lady, it's overbought. It's overbought. It's reaching its price limit. You can start to take some profit here. Let me go check out the comments and see what say the gallery. Okay. I'm going to let Tesla run. It's 180. It looks like it wants to run. I'm not going to fool with it. If we hit 183 again, yeah, 182.97. I think at one time we were at 183 and some change. So that's it. That's all we're doing, peeps. And Ford keeps creeping up. Ford's at $40. Let's look at her chart and see what's happening with Ford. Yeah, I think we have Ford puts. Yep. And Ford's price keeps dropping down. There we go. It's at 1201. Yay, Ford. Keep going down. I need to go get some lip chap for my lips, folks. So let me pull the news in.
From United's warning, didn't you have Bastion on this morning?
We'll just keep rooting for Tesla to go up and Ford to go down.
Picture, right? In terms of demand, Bastion, incredible. United, we're seeing some slowing. Fuel prices are
starting to see the seasonality. But if you also listen to what Ed Bastian was saying, he also said it's a seasonal business. Seasonality will return. So that's not to say that Ed Bastian was dour this morning. I just think that he's very optimistic about where they are right now. But
I'd like to see Ford get under
look, it is a seasonal business.
$12. If it got to 11 something, I would be giddy.
And that's really why United is trading lower. Forget about moving the cost of the pilot contract up.
Some room left on this RSI for some more downside.
Thinking you got Bastion is
these nice red bars. I like what I see.
Saying, hey man,
trading underneath all of these moving averages
many days over the last month, right?
Come
and then
on, Ford,
you got the United warning, and then I got Boeing
for you to hit
with
the
this
ground.
huge order too. Tell us about that.
Let's look at QQQ
It is $37 billion total
QQQ.
for Boeing for two Saudi Arabian airlines, Riyadh Air, which just launched, as well as Saudia. It's for the
Come
Dreamliner.
on down.
mean, this
QQ,
solidifies.
but see, remember I
their
told you
backlog
that
even
it can't
more.
stay up that long. Look how long
It's
QQQ
good to see you
stayed
here in the
oversold.
house.
Good to be here.
There's a seat for you anytime.
Looks
you're
like
here,
it might
okay?
be time for a
All right, let us know.
crossover.
All
Let's
right,
Lord,
that's
let's
still
hope for a
All
crossover
right,
for
up
my
next, our
sake because
chart
I
of
do
the
have
day,
puts.
Another stock seeing nice gains
And I
today.
needed to
Josh
tank.
and Joe both own it. We'll give you the headlines.
I need
we'll give you the
QQQ
trade.
to tank so bad, y'all. Luckily, I got a bunch of days on the balance of that contract. I need QQQ to go down. You don't even want to know how far she has to go down. Whew, almost $10. I don't know. Okay, not $10, but she definitely needs to shimmy her little old self right back on down underneath today's open. And here's what we call a crossover. It's the beginning of it. You see where the yellow line was riding underneath and the blue line was riding on top of this indicator. And the wider it was, you see, that's all positive for this uptrend. Now these have turned that's dark green, they're diminishing in size. And you see that little red one peeking its head out. I need that thing to come on and cross over. And I need some big old red candles to come in here. Also, you can see that the color has changed on our TTM squeeze. Dark blue, these are getting smaller. These are all good signs, but it hasn't crossed over yet. And it could sit there, it could do any number of things. So I'm not going to get too excited. Again, what I have seen in my experience is that when the RSI is overbought like that, it'll dip down a little bit, almost as if to get some wiggle room and catch its breath. And it can continue right on. So we'll just keep watching. And that's all I would do. To be honest with you, being able to set your stop limits allows you to not have to sit in front of your computer. So if you're watching this and saying, well, wait a minute, that's a lot of time commitment to sit in front of your computer all day. You don't have to. You can tell your computer, you can program it, stop me out. Once I make this much money, stop me out. Once I lose this much money, go on about your day. The trade will work itself. You do not have to sit here all day. I'm sitting here because I'm sitting in case somebody has a question. I'm sitting here just in case I can enlighten somebody on some. Y'all know I just started trading, right? So you're definitely not coming here to get some Oliver Velez type input. But if you have some simple questions, like I can definitely help you set up your Thinkorswim. If you are interested in starting to trade and you don't have your platform set up, you can click the link. You can go to my webpage. I can sit with you and help you get your Thinkorswim set up. You can schedule an appointment for that. But basically on these days, we live trade together. We purchase contracts, we watch and see, and we try to build our community portfolio. We wanted to have more money in it today than it had yesterday. And so let's see where we are. Oh, let me see what the price was. We were at 229. I have to look at it. Options, buying power, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Okay, cool. I need that because it tells me over time, 12.18. It didn't change much. Then we went up to 12.19 and we're back at 12.18.8. So we're still $500 more profit than we had on the 10th. So from the 10th to the 14th, this account has grown approximately $500 we've added. So that's why, those profits are real. I want to bank our profits. I don't want to squander our profits. So I'm going over here to look at Tesla, y'all, because I like to see the account balance going up. So let's see. Oh, yes. Go Tesla. Tesla's up 183.29. So for today, our Tesla calls have earned a total of $475 today. And we only purchased 3. So we're up 14% on those Tesla calls. Our Ford puts are up 6%. I think if Tesla hits 15% profit, I'm going to sell one more just so we can start putting that money in the bank, you all. I want that. I want to see our account continue to grow. I don't want to lose money. So I will continue to watch these Tesla calls. We're at 14.38%. If we go up just a wee bit more, I'm going to sell one more. And hopefully by the end of the day, we can get out of this. And we'll, maybe we'll make a total of $500 today with Tesla. I hope so. But as a trader, it's your job to know when to get out. That's a big part of it. I'm staying because what I see seems positive to me. We're trading above all of these. This is still good. That oversold, this overbought RSI is always troublesome to me. But these other indicators are like, okay, let's just hold tight. Let's just see. These tiny candles, I don't know. But we are so much in profit that, as long as we're in profit, I think we're okay. We definitely won't lose any money. We would never stay in this trade long enough to lose money. Overall, we're at 450. I'm looking at if we could get an additional $50 at $500, I would cash out. $500 in a day would be excellent. So consider it. You could have purchased 3 Tesla calls today and cleared $500 in less than 8 hours. I don't know any. Hey, if you're making $500 a day, you don't need to trade. I am not. I need to trade. I want to trade. I like seeing how I can make my money make more money. I am not even mad at Ford. Ford is up $60. That's up 12%. Let's look at Ford. That must mean that the price is really going down on Ford. Yeah, we're down under $12. Remember, I was saying if we could get down under, yeah, man, I tell you what, we won't be selling. We won't be selling those Ford contracts, because if they can get down and stay down under $11, this all looks good to me. Look at all this red volume. Sellers have firmly been in control for an hour and 45 minutes. They're selling off. You can see price. You can see the MACD. These are getting bigger. This is all this is, people. Our lemon squeeze, these are getting red. They're getting taller. We're in good shape. All this red, 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 beautiful. The only thing I'm looking for now is for this thing to get down to 30. And once it turns red, we can start talking about maybe taking some profits from Ford. But Ford is down. Let's see. That's significant. We're under $11. I would like to see it get down to $11.95. At $11.95, 3 more pennies down. You can see how just those pennies impact your profit. So let's see if we can set a place, see what the profit is, and see what it, okay, so it's at $11.99. Let's go look at Ford right now at $11.99. At $11.99, we have $60 in profit. Let's just watch and see once it gets down to, let's say, 2 or 3 pennies lower, and see the price difference. So we'll just keep watching Ford to see. And I anticipate that it will continue to dip. And that's because all these indicators, let me look at my hourly and see if my hourly says we can expect more downside. That's beautiful. Yeah. Yep, here comes those dark blue bars. Look at the RSI turn down, firmly red. These green, that trend, these are getting smaller. Looks like we might be poised for a crossover. So who knows? I don't know why I can't see these over here. That's what I need. Okay. And I need to take some of these out. Last, whatever. I'm going to move this because I want to be able to keep my eye on this too, my list. I don't want bid and ask here. I don't need that. Customize. I want to take the bid, remove. I want to take the ask out. Don't need that. Last net change, percent change. I like that. I'm going to add that because I do want to be able to keep my eye on QQQ, who is really cutting up $6 today. Whoo-wee. Jesus, keep me near the cross. Tesla's up $8 today. And we had Tesla calls, so we want Tesla to keep going up. Pepsi's the only one that's down today. Let's look at our market watch. This is a heat map. Oh, Lord, look at all that green, Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. This was definitely a day to have calls. So let's get over here. So Ford is down 2 pennies. So let's see. We should have some more money. Yep, we went up $65. So $5 more, 2 pennies down, $5 for us. So I guess you could say for every 2 pennies that it goes down, roughly, we can expect to see maybe $5 more or a few more pennies. $11.97. Let's see if it gets to $11.95. Thank you, Marilyn. Marilyn is the best. Thank you. Welcome to our new subscribers. Yes, thank you guys. To be honest with you all, y'all, I'm gonna look at Tesla again. No. I'm anxious because I want that money. I want to bank that money. 182.77. No. We were at 183. I will sit on it. I'll sit on it as long as she doesn't cross under any of these. So we're on Tesla Watch and Ford Watch. We've got 2 car companies that are doing 2 very different things. I'm going to put Ford. I'm going to take Pepsi out. I'm going to put Ford in this watch list so I can see. Yeah, Ford's down 5 cents. That was such a good call. With everything going up, I'm shocked to see Ford going down because everything is going up. QQQ is just cutting up so. So her average trading range is $6.20, and she's just about at that point. So I would expect to see maybe we might start to see some down. Ford, trades at about 50 cents a day, and it could be up or down, and you can see that from the ATR, which is the average trading range, 47 cents up or down. And it looks like so far she's only moved 4 cents. So we got a lot of wiggle room with Ford. I'm hoping to see a turnaround with QQQ. Let me look at that chart. Is any relief in sight? Is she going to slow down today at all? Okay, there's our first red bar of the day. Looks like that trend is starting to wane just slightly here. I don't know. I don't know how to read it, to be honest with you. I'll just tell you the truth. 297.08. Let me bump down, see what QQQ is doing on the 5-minute. See, I like this. This hop on top. Y'all see how it's starting to duck down under these? If it gets down under, there was a crossover right there. It is coming down. Price is coming down or stabilizing. I think at the height it was at 297.88 and it's at 297.09. We'll see. We don't have nothing but time, y'all. We have about another hour or so together. At the end of the hour, I will ask, how you guys want us to handle our profits and stuff. See, look at Ford, back over $12. You just have to know when to run. The RSI tells it all. You see, it was down there and now it's turning up. It can't stay down there too long. A great place to hop off would have been maybe this last candle. But who knows? In my experience, it'll pop up there. I promise you, it's like it comes up for air and then it can continue to go down. As long as it doesn't cross back over these simple moving averages, I think we can stay, we can hang tight for the end of the day. If nothing else, you will have learned when you see that maximum profit like that, when it hits that RSI, it might be a good time to get out of that trade. It's just one of those things. You'll be looking at all of these things together. You never use one indicator to make a choice in trading. I would never say, well, darn, look at that. Look at that candle. Oh, I think I'm going to get out. Nope. You want to look at all of this stuff. What is all of it telling you? Particularly, you want to look at over time. You don't want to just look at the lower intraday time frames, like the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, because those are for short-term use. But you want to look over like the hour, the weekly, the monthly, just to kind of see what the bigger picture is. And okay, I will tell you this thing can flip and start the other way. Did you all see that? Look at these yellow bars. I'm gonna look at forward, y'all. I don't know. That's half our profit. We were up to $60. We're down to 30. This is what I would normally do. I'm going to go look at my daily and see what that daily tells me. Does the daily tell me to expect that this is going down, or is it going up? So on my daily chart, I don't know. That's kind of weak. The RSI is under 50. I like that for a downtrend. I like this. I like what I see all underneath on the daily. This is what I'm not so keen on. If we were somewhere around here in the trend, like really strong, then I would be like, yeah. But you see this? And that yellow, I don't know. But as long as we're profitable, I will hold tight. I won't let us lose money. That's one thing we won't do. We won't give back all the profits. I like that, Maryland. Maryland always brings the goods. It's a good day to have a good day. Be positive. Yes. Yeah, and I take that for our profits too. I think once we get back under 12, the lowest I saw it was $11 and I think 97 cents. So we've gone up another 5. I can look at it right here. We got down to what? Wow, I wasn't here for that. 11.29 in this. Oh, that was yesterday, Lord. Let me go ahead and get on the intraday. 5 minutes. Let me get over here. Okay, and see. I don't know. We don't want to give too much back. Let's see what happens after this next candle. I'll go to the 3 minute. The name of the game is take money home. It's about to be a crossover. I'll wait and see. Yeah, I'll wait and see. You see that? It closed almost at it. I'm hoping that it'll continue to come back down. This is what I'm talking about with the RSI, how it can be oversold and then it comes up for a little breather and then it continues to go down. Look at that. We're back down under 12. 11.99. We'll see what happens. Don't forget to move the banner. I love Maryland. Maryland keeps me together. If y'all don't have a Maryland, you better get you one. I'm telling you. Doreen, see you later. Thank you for everything. We'll see you Thursday. And hopefully we will have banked a few more dollars. But I guarantee you, if Ford gets back down to $11.97, y'all, if it gets up to $60 again, I'm taking that $60. That's good for Ford. That's a good day for Ford. If we get Ford back up to $60 in profit, I'm taking it. It's plain and simple as that. We're at 50. If Ford makes another $10, that's 10% profit. If Ford makes another $10, we're out of there. Oh, we made our target for Tesla. Tesla's up over $510. So let's look at Tesla right quick. We said that if we got $500 today in Tesla, we would cash that out. Look at it, 83.51. That's the highest it's been today. 83.52. As long as she keeps going up, we'll stay in this trade because we're well over $500 now profit with Tesla. Tesla was the buy of the day. We bought 3 calls for Tesla. Anybody could have done that. Anybody could have sat at home, and you could have just bought one. Maybe you don't need $500. You would have gotten a third of that profit. We bought 3 Tesla calls. Totally doable. Totally doable. Buy one. If you can't afford 3, buy one. Look at Tesla shimmying up. 183.70, 73. Clearly, a Tesla call was the move for today. Tesla's up almost $10. Her average trading range is $10.67, and we're just about there. Yeah, look at QQQ topping up. Her average trading range is $6.20. Look, and she's right there, $6.25. She can't, and she's having trouble getting above 297. So yeah, that's a good thing too. I need her to stop out. Okay. Okay, Tesla, we're gonna keep watching you. But did you all see that? It's back down. I'm going to see. If we got $500, we're coming out. We're at 480. Once it gets back above 500, we're coming out. 455. All right. I see you. Come on. Keep eking it out. The highest I saw was 183. I think it got up to 75 or something like that. So I'm looking to see if she's going to go back up there. 183.20. Looks like we've got this little wedge thing here, up and over. But that's the way Tesla trades. Look, it'll go up and then it seeks out that. It goes up and it seeks those out, up and it goes over. It does that same little hoppity thing, up and over, up and over, up and over. And that's all we're doing. We just needed to go back up. We needed to go back up to 183. I think at 183.50, we can cash out. Because that $500 profit would be, that's a nice day's work. We're at 430. So $70 more. We'll see. We will see. So the 2 trades that worked best for us today, we had Tesla calls, we had Ford puts. Ford is back down to 11. Look at Ford. I think we said if Ford got to $50, that was a nice red candle. We said if Ford got to $50, we would cash that out. And Ford is at $75. This is how you get in trouble. $75. But it's falling, y'all. It's falling. $11.95. I'm just gonna watch it. If it goes to 11, I don't know, $11.95. When do we bail on this thing? I'm gonna be curious to see. But because I'm leaving at 12, I do want to finish out. I do want you guys to see, exactly how we did before we leave today. So yeah, let me just see if we can eke a few more pennies out of Ford. Let me go to the 1 minute. See what's happening with Ford. That was nice, nice, nice. Nice little crossover here. These are big red. Hey, we just went down to $11.94. Let's see what we're doing. We're at $80. Don't want to be greedy. $80. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I'm taking it, y'all. It's $80. We're cashing out these Ford contracts. That's $80 to the good. I'm selling them because I don't know. It could go more. We're not going to be greedy. We're selling those Ford contracts and we're going to bank that $80. So the Ford contracts we got rid of. Oh, I don't want that to go away. Let's see. Oh, it did. Anyway, did you see that little box bounce up in the left-hand corner? It tells you all the, what you bought it for, what you sold it for. And we made a profit on Ford today of $80. Not too bad. I'm not mad. So now what we're holding is Tesla. Let's see what Tesla's doing. So now we're down to $400. Remember, we were up at 515. So we've given back like $100. So we finally got out of Ford at $70. Yep, we made $70 total on those Ford puts. Not bad. 370. Let's look at Tesla to see. Because something happened. Oh, she hit a high, 183.80. Yeah, man. Once that high happens and it starts to cross over, I have never seen anything good come from that. I haven't seen that. Once it hits a high like that and it starts to tank, look at QQQ coming down too. All of them are starting to turn. It's midday, folks. I'm going to see what happens here in the next few minutes if she can get back up. But if not, I'm cashing out of Tesla too. Because if she breaks through these, that's on the 1 minute. Let's look at the 5 minute. See what's happening. We're not giving that back. All day, she's been bouncing above them. You see how she's coming below? Once they start to cross over, look at the trend waning. Look at our RSI going down. And truthfully, once that RSI gets under 50, yeah, we on some give back stuff. We on some give back now, y'all. Nope. This is my honest to goodness. We're going to take it. We're at $340. So we made $340 on the Tesla calls. We made $70. We're up over $400. I'm going to cash our Tesla out too, simply because we're ahead. I'm counting it. We want that money. Sell them. Okay, and then this thing tells you what time you sold, blah, 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 blah. And then we can go over here and look at our profits again. Let's see. Does this thing, I want to see over time. Where is that? Where you can see how much money we've made. Shucks. I forgot how you do it too. One of these will show you, you got to tap it. It'll show you how much you've gained or lost. So let's see. Anyway, we know we're up. And Tesla's price is dropping. Let's look at the chart. I want to show you what made me get a little spooked. It's just once it starts crossing over, look at this. These red candles are coming in. All day, Tesla's been blue. All day, all day, all day. This has me a little concerned. This dropping RSI has me a little concerned. Doesn't mean that it can't rebound, but I've learned not to be greedy. Greed has never worked for me in the market. Once I start getting greedy, that's when I have lost money. So we made and banked today about $400. And we started, I wasn't even here at the opening bell. I want to say we put those trades in around 9 o'clock. I'll look at them. So from 9 to 11:15, we made about $400 on those two trades, the Ford trade and the Tesla trades. Those puts that we purchased were not a good idea anyway, because all of the market was green. Let's be real. Y'all, it's a green day. The fact that Ford was down, that was a miracle. But to get Tesla puts, not the smartest thing. But I tell you what I am happy about. Look at QQQ coming down. Let's go to that chart and see if we can see anything on these patterns. Yes. Look. Oh, I love it. I love when it's simple. Look at this. All day. Hop above, hop above, hop above. I want y'all to see it. Hop above. This is how I would tell a third grader, and any third grader could see this. You see, these are our moving averages. Look at all this beautiful bright blue. You see this, how the trend is waning. Look at that crossover. You see this red starting to come in? Look at this. The gains are getting smaller. These candles are getting more and more diminished. And look at this red coming in. If we start to cross underneath these, look. That's exactly what's happening. We are now underneath the 9, the 20. We're underneath. A candle has closed or it's closing underneath our 50-day. Man, this thing is heading down. We can clearly see this crossover here. You can see these red MACD bars getting bigger. You can see this getting bigger. You can see the RSI going down. Yeah, and look at the price. We looked at QQQ earlier today. It was at $297. Now it's down to $295.86. I need her to shimmy right on down here to this 200-day moving average. Come on down to 293. And if nothing happens, it's a good chance that that's exactly what's going to happen. I heard Living My Dream Trading say that these SMAs act like magnets. They almost seek each other out. Eventually, you'll see them. They'll wind up like this, where they're all right there clustered together. Generally, when they're clustered together like that, you got some consolidation going on. So we will see. I need QQQ's price to just keep on coming down. So today we bought Ford, we bought Tesla, and we sold off our, we sold Love, we sold Southwest. We sold Southwest at a profit of $1,200. Had we sold it first thing this morning, we would have had $1,500. But you know, $400 is enough to pay utility bills. You sure said it. It's 11 o'clock a.m. where you are, and it's 1 o'clock p.m. here in Charlotte. Yeah, so my time, I've got about 45 more minutes. It'll be 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'm on Central Standard Time, and I don't know if you guys had a daylight savings or something. I don't know what's going on, but y'all, QQQ is dropping, and I'm telling you, this is, you can't be a chicken in trade. Look, she's under $294. Please keep dropping. Shimmy right on down to this 200-day moving average. I hope you all stay with me long enough to just watch how these things behave. I hope that you can take away big ideas. Here's a big idea. This happens. I learned this play in Modern Black Girl. If you have a setup like this and you have the 9 and the 13 and these are trading underneath, hey, she's going to do some shimmying down. It's a good chance there's a move, the 9 to 13 to the 50. That's exactly what this is. This is our 50-day. It's going to drop. It's a good chance. Just pay attention. Living My Dream Trading. Y'all should follow him too. He taught me, he said that these things act like magnets, these moving averages. They're going to seek one another out. Look, it happens all the time. You see them all there together. And when they spread out, that's money making time. Look at this. When they're all spread out like that, look at how the price is going up. You all, when they are all clustered together like this, it's consolidation. Pay attention to those big moves. I hope you just see that. If somebody could walk away with just that knowing, I feel like that's a win for today. Look at it. It happens all the time this way. And this is what I noticed about trading. Can you notice? Do you recognize patterns? Do you recognize when something happens time and time and time again? You see all this up, 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 up. Look at your SMAs spread apart. You want to see some consolidation? Look at this. Straight, no price movement. Nothing's going on. This is an aftermarket, after hours. But look at how all those SMAs are clustered up there together. You all put that in your notes. That's worth note taking. Here we have a nice downtrend. Somebody, that's money. That's a money making trend. I'd have been happy to get in on that. Look how far apart these SMAs are. Look at this. It's all down. When you see distance between these two, that distance between those lines, those are good signs. Those are positive signs. I could show you that over and over and over and over and over again. Let's find some more. Consolidation, straight across. Price not jumping up, price not going down. Look at your SMAs all there clustered together. Let's look at it and see if we can find it. Here it is again. Let me pull this and make it a little tighter so you can see it better. Clearly a downtrend. Look at these things so far apart. Clearly an uptrend. Look at how this thing, all of these are hopping above it. These are things, if somebody had pointed those things out to me, it makes sense. It took me 6 months to see this over and over and over again so that I can tell you guys, look at it. Look at the crossover. It crossed right over here, y'all, on the MACD. It's downward trend. If you had jumped in right here and bought a put, look at all that money down. Just pay attention. Do not trade your real money yet. Don't put your real money in the game yet, y'all. Learn these simple things. This is a beautiful downtrend here. Phew. SMA is spread so far apart. Look at that. Textbook, textbook, textbook. And here we are. Look at this. I would say she's going to try to shimmy on down here to this 293. Unless there's a price level in there that's going to stop. And I wouldn't be surprised because see, look, that hit there and price is bouncing off 294. It got down to 294.76. I don't have, and this is bad trading. I will tell you this, don't do this. You should absolutely have Fibonacci's on here in order to determine like some relative price levels, or you should have support and resistance on your chart. You should not be trading without that. But we're paper trading. That's another day. I don't want to bombard you all with everything, but we could do support and resistance again in maybe a Zoom class. We've got a Zoom class coming up on Wednesday, and I do need to poll you guys. So I'll post a poll to see what you guys want to go over. But look at QQQ coming down. I would not be a bit surprised if it came down to somewhere close to this, because this is pretty significant. This is good. That's 5 minutes. Let's look at it on a 3 minute to see if we still see that same downward kind of movement. Yeah, look at it. I think it's going to seek it out. We'll see. Come on down. Shake and shimmy. These are not, the only thing is, look again, RSI. Sellers are selling. It's oversold. It may peak up for a little bit. It could turn totally, or it could come up for a little air and continue down. My desire is for this joker to keep on coming down because y'all all in my pockets today. Please get out of my pockets. Talking about in my personal account. In our paper trading account, we did great. We banked $400 today. We did lose some on those calls, and we banked more though than we lost. So that's a good thing. 295.16. Let's see. I wonder if she's going to have trouble with 294.75. We'll see. This little tail right here. And there's a way I could figure it out, you guys. If you want, we've got 30 minutes. I could show you how to plot support and resistance. Okay, let's do that since we're here. I'm going to put this on the hourly chart. Let's see. And I'm going to just look over this for, let's say, I'll just go from here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trading days here. And I'm going to do support and resistance really quickly just so you guys can see. And what I do is I usually step back away from the chart. And what I'm looking for is a cluster. You know, like where are these candlesticks concentrated? And right away I can see here that something's going on right there because they stayed there. They weren't able to get below it that day. They weren't able to get below it that day. And it finally broke here. I'm going to look back even a little further to see if there's anything significant. That looks significant too. At 3. See, let's go to our daily chart. So that's the 1 day. Okay, that might be a good place to start too, because we could start here at 259 and some change. So I will do that. I'm gonna make this a little bigger, not that big. And support and resistance is simply, where does price get caught up? Where do we see this equity at a price level and it recurs? It keeps at that space. That's something we want, or it keeps at that price level. So let me do this. Let me get the right tool. I need this price level tool here. And you see this crayon that came up. I'm going to drop a box here, that little box that anchors this line. And I'm going to slide over here. This is my daily chart. I see there was a low of 254.26. And see if I come up, that low is significant. I'm going to drop that first one there because that low is important. Then I'm just going to look and see if there's, and you can see, look, price has not been able to get beneath it. Right there, nope, bounce back up. Came close, bounce back up. Came close, bounce back up. Came close, bounce back up. So since April, price hasn't been able to get below $254.26. That's the lowest it's been since a very long time. So that's significant. You want to know that. That low was achieved back in October of last year, October. So since October, price has not gotten below 254. I'm going to take this high too. Well, we got that one, but I'm going to take this one too, because it kind of tells us since, let me hide this, get this out my way. Since August, price hasn't been able to get above 333. So that's significant. Have you sent out the invites for class this week? No, Linda, I'll send those out. As soon as what I'm going to do is post a poll on the community tab to see what you guys want to talk about. Once I have the topic, I'll post it today. So please make sure you get over to the community tab. Just tell me what you guys want to talk about. I have some ideas of what I think we need to do. It might be a good time to revisit support. It might be a good time to go back over any candlesticks, brushing up, because those are basic. Those are basic technical analysis things you gotta have. But I will open it up to whatever you guys want me to talk about, because it's not what I want to talk about, it's what you guys need. So if you have a need, if you know that there's something I need to work on or something you don't know, drop it in the chat. We'll include it for Wednesday's Zoom session. So I'm going to go ahead and finish plotting this today. Once I'm done here, I'll post the poll on the community tab. Then I'll send out the invitation for the Zoom meeting on Wednesday. So here I go again, guys. Let me make sure I got the right tool. I got it. Where's my drawing tool? Got price level. Okay, my little crayon came up. I'm going to anchor over here. I'm looking at QQQ. I'm plotting these price levels. Since August of last year, QQQ has not gotten above $334 and some change, 95, about 335. So look at it. All this time, all the way back to April of last year, QQQ has been trading in this range from 250 to 327. Price hasn't gone above it. Price hasn't gone below it. That's a good place to start, particularly on the daily chart. Now I'm going to go in here and try to pick out some other significant places. And by significant, I mean that it would have touched our support or resistance line many times. And so I see this like right in here. Yeah, right here. Right here, we got stuck. Like right here, we got stuck for a little bit. And if you follow that all the way across, right there, we got stuck a little bit. Here it touches. So I'm looking for a place I can put this line where candlesticks will touch it. It'll touch as many touches as possible. And I'm telling you, right around here, it doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to drop this one right about here. And I'll tell you why in just a second. So it looks like around 3, I can come down a little, around 315. If I drop that, and you can see right here touches, right here there's a touch, right here there's a touch, and look right here. So this same line could be support. It is support, Bam, couldn't get beneath it. Bam, these couldn't get beneath it. Here, these kind of played around, but also it could be resistance where it couldn't get above this price. It couldn't get above that price. So I'm going to take that one. I think that's a significant price level. I'm going to keep going in here and looking, where could I place a line? And it looks like there's a cluster. I like this right here, this price level right here. This is 387. Because if I put it here, and I'll show you why I'm picking this place. I hope you guys can see all of this. I need to get over here and check and make sure, because I don't have, okay, good. You can see this. You're welcome, Marilyn. I'm going to put this in here. Let's see. I'm going to drop it there. And I'm seeking a place where as many candlesticks as possible. I like this. It doesn't have to be exact, y'all. Again, we're just looking at price levels, so we kind of have some idea where this stock might get stuck in terms of price. I think right there, it's like 279. 295 looks significant too. 295, 294, somewhere in there. Again, y'all, it's not rocket science, but you do want it to make sense. I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with 285, 285.15, because look, it hits here, bounces up, hits, bounces up. It does a whole gap thing here. And then these are kind of hovering around there. Look at this. Can't get above it, can't get above it. That's at 285. And so you could go in and continue to pick them out, but you don't want to, you don't have to hit all of them. That's on our daily chart. Let's look at our hourly chart and see if we see anything on the hourly chart, if they correspond or correlate on our hourly. And of course they do. Look at this low. It tested it. Bam, a couple times. Couldn't do anything with it. Bounced off of it. Let's see if we can find any significant. Okay. That's our hourly. Let's go down even further. Let's go to our half-hour chart. Still trading in this range. Test it. Look, got up to 309. Couldn't get above that 314 for sure. Okay, so let's see. What is QQQ doing now? We still haven't really gotten a crossover. We're at 295.73 on the 30-minute. Let's look on the 5. And this is it. That's all I'm doing all day, you guys, is looking to see. Okay, at 295, did we have a price level? Because I'm curious, at 294, she can't seem to get below 294. Let me change this to this. Okay. 294. I'm going to pull out and look to see if there's something significant happening at 294. When did QQQ hit 300? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. I want to see, because it looks like it's stuck. Won't go under 295. Let me go out to our daily chart. Did we have 295 as a price level? We had 290. Let's see if 295. 290. Maybe so. 295. If we were to go in there, yeah, I have it at like, let's see. I'm just trying to see if 295 is a significant. Well, yeah. You can see it like right in here, 290. Yeah, that's about 295. Let's drop one at 295 and see what we get. See how many we cross. 295. I'm going to drop this here. I'm going to run across 295 just to see. 295. Yeah, look at that. Right here. Bam. 295, 295. To around 295. 294, 295. Okay, let me put it at 295 and see. 290. I'm trying to get close, y'all. 295. And I'm just going to blow it up. I just want to see for myself if 295 is really significant. Well, shoot, yeah, look, a test of 295, 295. Look at that. And a reject off of 295. That's where 295 was resistance. 295 can also turn into support. Let's see. And anybody will tell you that support and resistance is not a fine science. Again, these are guides. Let's look at it on the 15-minute. I want to see what 295 looks like here. Oh, yeah. Look, look, look. Is that that's 290? Yep. Look at it. Sitting, 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 support, support, support. It now becomes resistance. Can't get above. And now where are we? Here's our 295. I'll be curious to see, can she get below 295? It tested it, bounced off. Let's see if it can get below 295. Yeah. Usually around the dollar mark, I've said this all along, QQQ always hesitates around the dollar mark. 294, 295, and sometimes around the 50-cent mark too. It'll slow down. So, yep, we are closing. That's a 15-minute candle. I'm going to go down to the 5-minute and see. Yeah, we're getting beneath. We are beneath all of these. But look at this, y'all. It will not go below 295 because 295 is a price level apparently for QQQ. Tested it, bounced back. These won't go beneath. We'll see. I need it to go beneath 295. I really do. So I'm hoping it breaks that price level. Really, I am. I'm hoping it breaks all of these. I'm hoping it shimmies on down here to this 293 before the end of the day. But again, this trend is changing. Look at your TTM. It was all red, big bars, big bars, big bars. And now we see this yellow coming in. You see these colors changing. It's no longer bright red. It's still a downward trend, but it's not going down like this. This was down from 296. It got all the way down to 294.83. And now we're just kind of doing this little bouncy thing here. You can see RSI turned right back up, got down here like I told you. It'll hit the top. It's not going to stay up there long. What is it going to do? Come all the way down to the bottom. It's at the bottom now. What is it going to do? It's going to go back up to the top. It's going to ride those rails. That's all it does. All you need to know is that when it gets up here, it's not going to stay up there. When it gets down here, it's not going to stay down there. These are great places to take notice. Do you want to get in and out of a trade? I mean, not this alone. You want to look at that along with this, along with this, along with that. And that's trading, folks. 296.10, 296.13. I want her to keep coming down. So we'll see. We got about 20 more minutes. What are we still holding? We got rid of everything. We got rid of Tesla. We got rid of Ford. Yeah, we're out. So just to recap, the Ford contracts made $70. We lost on Tesla and Love, 360 on Love. Even though we lost 360 today, overall, we cashed out $1,200 on those today. This is what we got stopped out on. We got stopped out on those puts. And that was good. That was good to see. Let me get over here. I don't think we really have a lot more to do. It says, reach out to everyone you know who's interested in trading and even need to understand the stock market lingo. Yes, please share, you guys. The information is digestible. It's easy. We aren't trying to confuse anybody. Everybody's welcome. If you know a little, if you know a lot, we love people who know a lot. Please drop in, drop us some wisdom, a couple gems in the chat. But if you're new, I don't want anybody to feel intimidated by stocks. I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, it's too much. I can't understand it. That is not true. You can understand how to read a chart. You can very well understand how, at least, to talk with your financial advisor about, what the market is doing. Is it in an uptrend, downtrend? Where should your money be? Do you want to move money, hold money? Let's just start learning. You got to start somewhere. And to be honest with you guys, I think in these last 20 minutes, I don't have anything else to add to this, so I won't hold you guys. We cashed out everything. We'll be back here Thursday, and we will pick some other stocks. Come with something that in mind that you want us to look at, and then we will purchase calls, puts. We can purchase any combination, whatever you guys want to do, and then let's watch and see how price affects those. I do want to look very quickly and see what Tesla wound up doing. Were we smart to get out of those? And I think yes, because at its height, it was at 283.50 something, and we haven't gotten back up there. It looks like, you see this, and the RSI is coming down. I don't know, you all. I would say, barring that there's no news, if she continues in this way, like that little crossover and going down, that we probably did the right thing getting out of there. If it gets back above, it needs to go up maybe another 75 cents. If it gets back above 183.50, then, it would have been some more money in it. But for us right now, there wasn't any more money to get out of there at this time. And so on that note, yeah, I don't think it's going back up. But you all keep watching Tesla. If it goes up, then we can say, well, we maybe should have stayed in that trade a little longer. But I think we did great for today. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Marilyn, who is just... Marilyn is really the heartbeat of this thing, in case y'all haven't figured it out. Marilyn is really... she keeps this whole shebangity boodle on the rails. And I can't say thank you enough. Thank you, Marilyn, for all that you do. I can't wait till we get together for real in real person. It's going to be one of those, y'all saw The Color Purple. It's going to be one of those, you and me shall never part. One of those moments where you just see your sister. It was kind of like when I first met Kathy, y'all. Y'all heard the story. I had been following Kathy online and just watching and listening and, from the back. And when we finally got a chance to meet, it's so magical. The magic that happens with Exodus Sisters. You all know Wendy Pent of Wonderlust. She's coming. I hope she doesn't mind me saying she's coming to visit Guadalajara soon. So I love it when we can get together. Nirel is here. And these are women that I've known online, you guys, but haven't had the pleasure of meeting. I met Shauna and PV. Oh, talk about a sweetie pie. And you all know Shauna supports us in everything that we do. You've seen Shauna in all of the lives, all of the chats. So I can't say thank you enough. So to finally be in their presence, it's a gift. It's almost like a family reunion. Every time it happens the same way. It's almost like we run to each other and we just enjoy each other's company. I had the time of my life in Puerto Vallarta. I've met like all of my internet sisters and my internet cousins. And so I'm waiting so that Marilyn and I can have our family reunion too. I met Kathy. Y'all, it's been good. So let's just keep all the goodness going. I know, Marilyn, in 2023, we're going to get it. You guys know, in case you don't know, I sold back my Marrakesh ticket. I'm not going to Marrakesh. Y'all, I found a home. I found a home right here in Guadalajara. So you all know what's on the agenda for me. I'm going to CDMX to meet up with my baby girl and my grandboy. We're going to spend a week I don't think we're going to do much more. We'll do a week in Mexico City, and then I'm headed back home with them. I'm going to go spend a little bit of time with my daughter. From there, it is my hope and my prayer that I'll go one or two directions. It has always been my dream to go to Thailand, Bali. You all know I wanted to do the whole Southeast Asia. All my travel buddies have done it. If y'all don't know Patricia Clay, you should. Patricia did the Camino. She is a world-class traveler extraordinaire. I'm sorry, follow her. She's not on YouTube, but she's on Facebook. And she might be on Instagram too. Patricia Clay. She's over in Southeast Asia now. Oh, she is doing it. And she's setting an example for me. So I follow her and I'm learning from her travels. So that's my dream, is to get to Southeast Asia. So once I leave Chicago, that's where my home was. I'm going to go back with my baby, spend some time there, kiss on my grandkids, see some family. And then I have to decide, am I coming back here to Guadalajara to settle down, because this will be my next home, or if I'm going to bop over to Southeast Asia first. Those are the only two things that are on my agenda. And so I'll keep you guys posted. I'll let you know. So from, let's see, sometime in April or May, I'll either be in Southeast Asia or I'm coming back here to Guadalajara to find a permanent apartment. I can see myself here for another year or so. And that's it. As usual, you all know wherever I am, you are oh so welcome. I cannot wait until Pent Up Wanderlust gets here. We're going to have fun. We're just going to have a good time. And that's it. If you get a chance to get to this part of Mexico, please look us up. I think Tracy has been posting that she's in Guadalajara too. I'm telling y'all, all my Exodus sisters are here. We had a cute little meetup in Puerto Vallarta for Black History Month. Y'all know Terry. I love Terry. Terry's doing big things in Puerto Vallarta. And that's it. Oh, yes, Pat Loves Life. That's Pat. Yes, that's Patricia Clay. Man, y'all, I'm a baby photographer. Look at Patricia's pictures. She's been everywhere. I mean, everywhere. She's been, I think, everywhere. I don't know if she's been to Antarctica. Anything in between, she's been there, and her travels are just inspirational. If you need some travel inspiration, please check out Patricia Clay. I love, love, love her. I got a chance to meet up with her when I was in CDMX last year. She was a wonderful tour guide and host. Yes. And so check her out. She will absolutely inspire you. So if travel is your dream, check out some of those folks. And please check out my other sisters, Kathy Hampton, Sonia of Sonia Unapologetic. Please check her out. Nyrel of Becoming Nyrel. And we've got, I hope I say her name correctly, Fatima. And I think her channel is Vinyl Wave. It's in the chat. Check them out. They are phenomenal. And if there's anyone else I forgot, please charge it to my head and not my heart. I'll catch you on the next live. Marilyn, thank you, sister. You're a gem. And I'll see you guys Thursday. Take care, guys. Adios, amigos. Bye, y'all.